Hello, everyone. Welcome to the penultimate day of the Wingwoman series. We've got the lower final coming up today, and we are so excited to be bringing you the action. I'm Zach, joined by the amazing, the one and only Tash here on the other side. Yes, I always screw that up. I'm sorry about that. But yes, lower final day, and we've got an exciting match coming up for you. Best of 5 Focus versus Surrenders, who will be fighting for that chance in the upper bracket. So, Tash, big game, big day ahead of us. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited, honestly. It is such an honor to be here, hosting, casting with you, Zach, over on the desk of EMEA. You guys have so many cool events, especially for the women and minority genders, and it's such an honor for me to be part of that. Now, this is the lower finals, and I'm super stoked for this because I think you were telling me in the pre-show about Focus Sakura's run and how they were knocked down by just some chill girls. What a name.
Yeah. Just some chill girls. Okay, well, that team is gonna be the winner of this will face in the grand final, and their name says they're just some chill girls, but on the server they're not chilling. They are pretty scary. So yeah, Focus Sakura were taken down in that upper final, but that's why they're here now. And on the opposite side, you've got Surrenders, who made that really deep lower bracket run. I think they went down like in the second round of the normal bracket, and then they won like 3 games in that lower bracket to make it here.
They even have the logo.
Yeah, they got the logo with the little, accessories.
The chill dude.
Yeah, just some chill dude, except just some chill girls.
But put a little what do you call that, ribbon on it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think they did. They put like a little flower or something in the logo, but. Yeah, so I mean, that just some chill girls have been just tearing up the bracket. I think that the only team that they actually lost a map to has been Heroic as well as Surrenders in their upper semifinal. But on the other side, Focus Sakura, they did make it through their side of the bracket pretty convincingly, but they fell to just some chill girls in a very I would say convincingly dominant 2-0. It wasn't like a 13-1, but it was still it wasn't super close, these games. But on the other hand, you got Surrenders. They've made their way through the lower bracket. They've taken a map of just some chill girls, a feat that very few teams have done, by the way. And now in this best of 5, they're looking for a rematch against just some chill girls, for a chance at being, what do you call the trophy anyway? The best Wingwoman? Is that what you call it?
You know what? Let us know in the comments what you guys want to call the trophy, because honestly, I came into this tournament, knowing that it's called the Wingwoman series, and I'm super excited that there is something themed around our little bro, but we're gonna change it to little sis today. And coming into, why not?
No, I'm just.
Why not?
No. I'm just thinking about it. Like, just does Wingwoman really count as anything? Like, I feel like Wingman is more
we can
like...
make like a cuter version of it, and then just put some ribbon, some flowers around it, decorate it,
Or give it like, I don't know, 2 cool Beradas or something. That's more
that's also very, very cool. Coming back to what we were talking about just now, wow, today is really insane if you think about it. Now, I think honestly, when these kind of off-season tournaments happen, right? I think we've seen a lot of upsets, especially this tournament. The other day, NRG losing to Myth. Hello, what was happening? We saw a lot of upsets coming from tier 2.
Rapid Lo-Fi.
Yeah, Rapid Lo-Fi as well was a thing as well. And honestly, when we have these kind of like out of the blue surprises coming in the offseason, it's always very, very exciting, because it might just be an off-season honeymoon period, or this could be the start of something new for the brand new season coming very soon.
Could be either way. I mean, we do have the details about EMEA's format for 2025 up on the dive page, so go check it out at dive_GG on Twitter if you are curious about next year. But, we still have this event, the last off-season events of the year for GC in EMEA, and we are very happy to be here. We have the map veto coming up between these two teams, so let's see where we're going to be headed for our best of 5 for today. Personally, I'm really, really hoping to see an Abyss. I don't know about you, Tash. Any maps that you want to see or that you really just don't want to see?
Aw, man, I was really hoping for that Pearl, but we're looking at Ascent. It's all right. Ooh, there we go. Your favorite, Abyss. And finally, Bind. Now, out of all this, I do have to agree with you. Abyss is going to be an interesting one. We have Haven as well as Split. No, okay, I'm happy about seeing Sunset anymore. I feel like Sunset is just so overplayed this entire year. But I really wanted to see Pearl played. But I do understand the ban, though, because it's quite recent as well, the rotation of that map back into the map pool. So they do need some time to prepare for it. So I think out of everything, I think this is something to be expected coming through as well. I mean, other than the usual Abyss bans coming as well, this team that learned or just mastered Abyss first will definitely have the upper hand compared to other teams. But regardless, it's still a very tricky map to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Focus picking it, they're kind of leaning into it because you've seen them kind of unafraid to pick it up during the course of this tournament. But
Yeah.
that said, I mean, thing about Focus is they had a little bit more time to prepare because they've come down from that upper bracket and they didn't have to go through that extra gauntlet of rounds that Surrenders did. But a team like Surrenders very well could be a way for them to prepare even better for it. And I mean, Abyss, I think that for the side of Focus Sakura as a team, they were able to find a victory against Formulation, but it's been kind of hit or miss for the rest of
Yeah.
it. So I'm curious to see how it will go because this map veto, as a best of 5, you're gonna have the odds spread out better. And I think that Surrenders, even picking Ascent, it's a map that I think every single team is like decently good at it at this point just because of it being Ascent by virtue. But the one thing is that they haven't been able to play much of Abyss. So there are some maps that Surrenders haven't picked up as much just because they, haven't been as long together as a team before. So I think
Yeah.
that's my biggest question when it comes to them as a team.
I think it's really exciting when you have these kind of moments, right? When a team just comes together. I think there comes a moment where it's either the honeymoon period where they play very, very good, and then you're just like, okay, this is like the perfect team. Could this be what we expect it to be? And then after that, during the season starts, we start to see everything fall apart. But I'm really hoping that this is not the case for Surrenders.
Mhm.
Regardless, this is definitely a solid team that I am looking forward to seeing coming into the next into 2025. Now let's have a look at the agent select now coming into our first map, and I'm very excited about this one because the first map is Ascent. And I think a lot of the time, yeah, that's what I was talking about. We're going to be looking at our usual, either the usual comp, aside for lock, but look at what Focus Sakura is running. I love this. I'm loving this ISO. I'm loving the Jet. This double Julius comp is going to be very, very massive. And I'm expecting a very aggressive defense coming from them because of that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that defense point, but also I think the ISO is a very underpicked agent on this particular map. I think that he does give you a lot more options in terms of how you want to push, and his ult as well. Kill Conjure can be really useful for yoinking that Cypher or the Killjoy out. It's only a 7-point ult as well, so easy enough to farm if your duelist is actually doing their job and getting kills. So that is there, but Surrenders, on the other hand, you talked about that the Cypher lock, kind of like the comp that was the meta breaker. Now it's become meta, but for a few months it was the meta breaker comp, and after the Leviathan pulled it out, it's been interesting to see how teams are adapting to it. I feel like they just kind of mix it up with the existing one, so that is kind of nice. And yeah, I mean, it's the meta comp with the exception of the ISO versus with some other stuff, so it's nice to have it here, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's also really exciting to see Lini run this ISO. I feel like an ISO is such a statement pick here. I mean, you can set up your teammates for success. That undercut can do a lot of damage, especially if your team wants to go aggressive early. Kind of similar if you kind of like mix it up with the Omen flash as well. But at the same time, it's a statement pick in a way that if you want to be an ISO, you want to be relevant, you have to actually land your shots. You actually have to get those kills because you want to get those double taps, right? And in a way, this is sort of a flex to me personally, because if I see someone picking ISO, my first thought is, this is the person you want to watch because this is the person I'm expecting these headshots, these shots out of nowhere, just pop hits.
Maybe. I think that is definitely there, but that's also kind of the negative factor because not everybody's going to be having, the best aim day.
Yeah.
Exactly. So ISO is just because even with Jet, if you can't, you're having a bad aim day, you can still dash, you can go in, you can
still
create that space by your utility.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do that with ISO if you're not able to tap heads. But,
it's kind of like Arena, right? Because I think one thing about Arena as well is to be relevant is to get those kills. You want to be able to dismiss, you want to be able to get that overheal. But it's the same thing as this ISO. And I'm wondering, okay, if this is going to be an impact pick, or is this going to be something that they're going to have to play around whether or not Lini is having a good day or a bad day? And I'm hoping the answer is the latter.
Well, I mean, going by the last few days and the games that Focus have played, I think that they're not having too bad a time. They've been looking very convincing. I think this roster during the regular season they did show signs of brilliance, and I'm excited to see what because they've been looking very, very good during the offseason. Especially, I think one of my favorite players on this team historically has been Karina, and she's been incredibly consistent. And on that Killjoy as well, I think she'll be doing okay.
I think this is a very exciting one as well coming into today. I mean, in a way, if you think about it, this is if Focus wins this they can get their rematch up against in the grand finals against the team that knocked them over into the lowers. And it's always exciting when you see that second time around, because that's the moment that you get to see if they truly learned and how they grew from that loss, even though it's such a short amount of time.
I mean, so far, at least on Ascent, for Surrenderers, Ori's taking up space quite aggressively on short. The spike is also going there, which is interesting. Dark cover comes down one way. I don't think it's gonna be able to clear out the Jet. The ISO gets caught, but the Jet doesn't, so you're just gonna be having a trade of utility in main, but...
Legion. That's
needed that
rough.
kill.
Leany as well.
Over there.
Nice 2-for-1, at least for Focus. They're looking good right now. Good opening. And really, I was honestly expecting Leany to do a little bit more damage, but she was not expecting to go up against so many players this early. But now it's time for that retake. Focus. Util dumps all around. They already have the shock dart out. Ori playing a little bit more aggressively. Looking to challenge this cage. In fact, moves down. That Cloudburst will give a little bit of space to work with, but 3 hits pointing right at her. As the other 2 goes down.
Oh my god.
Quickly retakes the entire site. As quickly as they come, as quickly as they go. Clean retake here from the team.
3-4, and all 3 people still alive for Focus, yeah. Incredibly clean retake, you're right. And I mean, I think the fact that they took these isolated fights and every single person won their fight, it looked really cool to watch, but a bit unfortunate there for Surrenderers. They did get the plant though, so curious to see what kind of buy we're going to be expecting to see. I mean, they had a great start. They were able to get that crunch down perfectly, find that opening kill, you know, really do the damage, but even after that, I think that just the fact that they weren't able to like really efficiently trade at all or even have a chance to, it's impossible at that point to try and come back from that in the round.
Overthink it. That's my
Yeah. I also think that the team is just doing such a good job of just playing together at this point, but that's Pistols to Focus Sakura. Immediate recon, finds no one but Leany. She's hiding in the shadows. A quick double peek all around here. Unfortunately for Mimi, will fall, but Jade, she has other things in mind. 2 picks to the head with that Sheriff, and she's already making a beeline for that site. But Star is here. That Outlaw will take her down. As the other members looking to secure the site. We do have one member, the Cypher, just walking up toward mid-area just to see if anyone is going to go for that rotate. Finds no one. As Focus Sakura, hearing no noise, they're just hovering.
spike planted.
Door is
Here's the
closed and yeah, the plant goes down. There's a player on short here, Ori, the one with the gun, so kind of having to make their life count for a lot.
Karina.
Oh, unfortunate. Not much able to get done there. It's actually going to be the Guardian dropped over to the Omen. Both players under Heaven. They have guns in their hands. Just a question of how much damage you can really find here.
There you go,
Player
Legion.
jumps down, gets the first contact. That's the kill.
Timing not right.
Second. Oh, no.
One enemy remaining.
Might be doing his retake here. Defuse coming through. Ari, she has to be quick.
Perfect.
And she is 1 for 1. What a clutch. What a round.
Absolutely perfect shot there at the end, just the one tap, and yeah, a round that's stolen away by Surrenderers. They might not have taken the pistol, but they get themselves that anti-eco, and it comes with Ori's explosive double there, with that Guardian being picked up along with the Bulldog as well. So yeah, I mean, nice opening shots here from Star, but the rest of them, it's just really well played.
One enemy remaining.
I think they really learned on how they wanted to do that take from round number 1. You can see that they're starting to really take notes, where to go, how to take. They're very patient as well. Oh, this off angle, Elysian. Only chip damage is all she can do. Forced to move out the way, and she is so low right now. But the same could be said to Leany. 1 HP left to play with. The rest of Surrenders immediately just making a beeline onto that B site. A lot of pressure into the smokes, clearing every nook, angle, and corner. As Ori, already onto switch, closes the door, and the rest just fall into the site itself. And now it's down to Sakura, Focus Sakura, excuse me, as they try to figure out how to go for this retake. Round 1,
Spike
pistol,
planted.
they managed to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to do it again. And look at them. It's a flank. Only
Yeah, there's her
Sheriff's
coming in on
hand.
every angle. Sheriff in hand, though, like you said, not the greatest guns. You've got this Surrender's
Flank is
late
good.
flank as well coming in, so that's going to be Bobby finding a kill. Star at least gets a trade, the flank really kicking in, but now the 4v4, they still have to make their way onto site, and look at the angles being held by Surrenderers. There's just like no easy openings that they can take.
Anita, huge onto Karina, and the same goes to Star, falls. And now it's just the power of friendship. But Mimi, she has other things in mind. Ori falls. Bobby, the timing is right here. They know exactly where everyone is. But Lini is sharp. Big statement play, but it's still gonna fall to the hands of Surrenders. 2 points already in the bag, and it's looking good.
Yeah, I think for Focus, though, that wasn't entirely a bad run either, because they were able to find those two players, keep them inside sight, make them lose a Vandal and a Phantom. So gonna kind of prevent the economy from really building up super much in terms of savings there. So not an entire loss, but yeah, you gotta kind of think about your strategy. Focus now gonna be the ones with the buy. They did invest a couple of shares in the previous round, so you're gonna see that half armor really coming in here. But look at this, they already almost have the kill contract for the ISO, 2 of the Blade Storm. The ults are really starting to stack up here for the Focus side.
My territory.
And they shock dart, and here comes Annihilation as well. Didn't manage to get anyone though. As Focus, all they have to do is just try and deny them from getting in the site itself. Excuse me, Karina will be netted, but Star already quickly getting onto site. But the hold is strong here. Star holds one area, Elysian trades. Both teams suffering losses. As Star hiding in this corner. One peek is all it takes to just take off those heads, but she's not finding anyone. As Kazoma, checking down the site, finds no one at all. Nearly spots someone on to switch. As Jade, trying to see if anyone is coming through from the other end. Smoke set up once again. Shock darts to deny a bit more space. But it's all just silence.
I think they're waiting for Mimi as well. They know there's at least one player, if not two. I think there's a spot. Star try to go there as well. So that's the information. Oh, beautiful spam there. The recon really finding value. And now Surrender is left with the numbers disadvantage. They know where 2 of them are, but they just spotted the third. I think they realized they did a lot of chip damage. They're going to be rotating over towards A. Mimi, though, can hold the fort. Does have the paranoia. Does have the utility. Makes the impression. And with 20 seconds left, they got to go somewhere. And A does seem to be the choice.
They have no clue where Mimi is. She's positioned herself onto A main. Now, with only 10 seconds to go, she has to deny that plant.
10 seconds left.
Dark cover set down here. Time not on her side. And Mimi's just waiting for the right timing. She hears the plant. No clue where they are.
Planted.
Decides to clear the left. One
Enemy
peek.
remaining.
Huge. Legion falls. And Jade, she sidesteps away from that paranoia. She knows where Mimi is. A fake teleport. But Jade's not buying it. Good hold. Big swing, and takes a lot of damage. Mimi, the guardian of A side, denying that plant. And Surrenders has no clue where to go and where to hide.
Yeah, really, really well played there by Mimi. The dark cover coming down, the waiting on site, knowing that Gen hasn't been cleared yet. Gets the free fight, isolates it, gets the kill, and then immediately just falls back waiting for the rest of the team, making enough distractions. I mean, it was a nice push here by the side of Surrenderers, but I think they got bogged down really badly, and the fact that Mimi was so patient throughout the entire round was the final nail in the coffin there. So, yeah, second round on board for Focus. Both teams do have a bye together. I mean, Surrenders, again, in a little bit of a more dicey situation economically. They do have the neural thefts as well as one of the Hunter's Fury, so they have some ults that could kick in very majorly here. But that kill contract, it is finally online, Tash, and I always like watching ISO ults. I like counting to see how many of them we can really get through.
Yeah, that's always the best thing to see. Here we go. As you mentioned, Lini here. She has a double tap online as well. But it's gonna be Jade who falls. Huge pick off. That's already a lot of the traps offline already. So regardless of where they want to go, they're gonna have to be extra careful. They can even go for these flanks if they choose to, but for Surrenders, they're choosing to give up that B site. Or side, A side, excuse me. But decided to go and contest mid.
Yeah, I mean, the advantage of the deadlock in this composition is the post plants, kind of. So without that being a factor, it's going to be much easier for your retake situations for sure. So yeah, it's going to be Focus. Happy to slow things down. They have this crossfire towards mid. Yeah, just holding it down, and Ori going to be taking that first peek. Has so many angles to clear. Turret goes up. That's the first info, and oh,
Karina!
1 for 1.
Oh, that's massive by Kotsoma is here for 2. So patient, just lining up
30
the
seconds
crosshair.
left.
Bobby playing close. Pretty sure her head isn't exposed here. Still have to go through Kotsoma to get onto the site. Not happening. Holding down Market with her life.
I don't think that she even took damage at that point. It was just like 3 kills to come through. But yeah, round starts here. Lini gets that first blood. Very nicely done, Yan. Even though Karina gets only one, this clean kind of shooting, Zoma able to get all of these kills for themselves. Really, really helpful there. And now Focus, not only do they get the round, they take the lead, they also break the economy here for Surrenders. They don't even have the Blade Storm to work with here. Or you need to kill an orb maybe before they can get that online. And I mean, Focus, they might lose a couple of players now and then, but their economy is starting to kind of like build a good bank balance.
That's an early Hunter's Fury. Finds no one just to deny space.
Over there.
But where Surrenders are going is onto mid. Star, having an idea.
Oh,
Didn't even land a shot. They were ready for it. Quick beeline onto market. Straight onto site. Anika clearing all those corners. Logs cleared. Main shop darted. Only pot shots through those smokes and he lands onto no one. Good side take by Surrenders, and now it's just whether or not they can actually come and rise up the challenge of holding on that site. And not really a big fan of their positions here. But Mimi, she's already positioned herself onto B main. It's question marks. No clue where they are. Are they in main? Are they in CT? Not sure. Wall bangs. They pinged it. But just a hairline off from the rest of the team. Here's the Hunter's Fury just to deny them space onto the stairs area. Takes a bit of damage. Lini is here, but unfortunately she will be caught out. Jade, the headshots are clean. Elysian as well.
One enemy.
1, 2, 3, they fall. As Karina, final person left. Good to find Elysian, but time not on her side as a triple peak. Thrifty is just too much to handle. Surrenders, they fight back.
huge round there. I mean, we've been talking, I think, throughout this entire year about the power of the GCD. I'm sure Zobi will be happy to see that one for sure. But yeah, if there was ever a GCD round, that was one for sure. I think they were able to play it perfectly. Really just, you know, putting down the traps, putting that deadlock potential in that post plant. And of course, Illusion with that double towards main was just absolutely nasty. They did a really good job of denying information from the Sova drone, as well as, you know, just playing down the clock there. So very, very nice round for Surrenders. And it's really going to help their economy out as well. They didn't even use too many ults. They only invested the Hunter's Fury in that round, but that might mean there's not a counter to the lockdown when it does come online for Karina.
Already have the one-way shadow, excuse me, one-way smoke set up as well. Right behind it, Surrender is just waiting for it to dissipate. They re-smoke it, but oh, that was quick. Ori, Lini, one each, and Lini decides that she does not want to wait and see what will happen. Now, that uppercut does hit onto Jade. She doesn't challenge, but in fact, decides to go for that orb. Only 2 off the Annihilation once again.
Over there.
Yeah, I like how they've been really prioritizing this Annihilation. It's been really, even if it hasn't caught anybody yet, it's a good one to have, especially in that post plant or just for like denial. And again, like Surrenders, they keep up this map control throughout all these rounds. It's been the Cypher just lurking around Bobby, trying to find these timings, and it's keeping Karina from rotating as well, just because of the fact that the Cypher presence has been shown. So, you know, you got 3 on A, you got only 1 on B. Left. I think Cypher knows that. 30 seconds left. It's going to be the execute finally coming in here, and the Omen out towards the backside is going to possibly catch out Karina. The drone does.
No. They find her. Side steps. 1! 2 kill! 2! Make it 3! She tries. Zigzagging all around here, has to isolate this fight. 10 seconds to go, and she's done a great job of just taking out space, denying them from getting onto that side. Karina, what a hold!
4 people pushing her, and she doesn't even flinch, doesn't even like take too much damage. They're absolute perfection. I was thinking like she could have maybe popped the lockdown, but she doesn't even need to. Just beautiful shots coming in, isolates every single fight, and that first tap onto Anita, like, yeah, that was just gorgeous. Karina buying so much time for the rest of the squad to come charging in, and Focus Sakura really putting up an incredible defense. Once again, Surrenders having to kind of compromise on the money situation here. Ori, of course, does have the Blade Storm to compensate. Yeah, that's an anchor and a half. Dude, all these players are incredible anchors.
Yeah! I am shocked! And now, for Surrenders, oh man, that round must have been frustrating for them because they only had to deal with 1 Killjoy. And now this round, they decided mid is what they want to prioritize. On to 3, but Focus, they have 2 here waiting. Jade nearly falls there. But here comes Annihilation, does catch Star. She's in trouble. But here's Leany in those corners despite the hold. She has a double tap in hand and she plays it to perfection. One more time. Here's the uppercut and it does buy some time. The rest of Surrenders have no clue where to go, how to play this. They hear the owl drone and that's enough for them to hesitate.
Where you are.
And here's a neural
Counter.
theft too.
Problem is the Spike. Spike is on short here, and everybody from the team is there. I mean, sure, you got the information from that second ping of the neural theft. You know that all three players are waiting here, and you're gonna have to try and make your way forward to take the Spike back. Alicia finds one on the way, but the trades are perfect from them, and now it's just gonna be Karina. A 1v2, does have the lockdown, gonna immediately invest it, and now I think you might see both players maybe try to push forward or find a play here. Karina just gonna wait out the ult, knows that they eventually are gonna be pushed back, and is gonna be able to at least stick half the Spike through based on the timing. Waiting for the isolation.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
timing! Oh, no, no.
So close.
That was very close. That was unfortunate. I mean, I think she was trying to see if she could just wait it out, but she pulled her util right out there in the open. It was a great start for them, just denying that space onto the side. I think it was Leany that stole the spotlight here for that hold. But at the end of the day, it's just unlucky that, you know, timing was just not on their side. And despite these rounds being, I think, these competitive, you know, sometimes it looked a little bit more towards Surrender's side. Sometimes it's towards Focus. It's still only a 4-4.
Yeah, it's been very, very back and forth here, and I think both teams are really demonstrating why they are the ones fighting for that spot in the upper final. In the grand final tomorrow. I think that round in particular, Leany did a great job of kind of holding back the flood there, because we saw how effective this A and short split can be when you're trying to attack on this side, especially with the Cypher Luck comp. And remember that Surrenders had, like, again, a lesser buy in that round. Two of their players didn't even have guns to work with. So it's really cool that they were able to overcome those hurdles and just, like, double key forward. I think what we've kind of realized so far is rounds where Focus have the time to, you know, they have the time, basically. Surrenders take their time with the round. They're happy to play a bit more patient. Focus are able to respond well, but every single crazy blitz round that Surrenders has put together, they have been able to win it, whether or not they have money. So it's just been crazy. But now we're going to be seeing
I
Star
agree with you.
finally get the operator online. So that might be a bit of a slowdown.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be massive to see how they play this. Still, coming into this one, Surrenders this time choosing a more passive approach, choosing to see whether or not Focus Sakura would actually walk up and challenge them. And the only place they've been challenging has been A. They're not looking to change that anytime soon.
Over there.
Yeah, I think Karina, the one round, Karina just held on the fort with the help of the Killjoy utility, as well as just her clean shots, has been kind of good at slowing things down. Operator gonna be smoked off here. Sova drone to find any close presence, and look at this. You got Karina pushing forward. I don't know if Jay's gonna be spotting it. Oh.
Both teams just choosing to back off here. No need to lose your head this early. But
Especially
that's
if you're a
enough to
character
make
Killjoy.
everyone peek onto a main. Bobby falls. Now here comes the rotation going on to B, and Karina's util here will buy so much time. Karina on the back of site just now has done a spectacular on how exactly they want to approach taking the site here. Now she's positioned herself right behind those boxes, so it could catch them off guard. Regardless, here comes the shock darts to clear anything that's already been set up, the nets to clear off a switch. And Karina, that amount of sound will
my God,
alert
Ori.
her as Ori has done damage onto mid. But this time around, Karina will not survive that hold. Star, with an up in hand, gonna have to go for this retake here. But her head will be blown to smithereens. Ori with 3. And now, Kexoma, what are you gonna do here? Through the smokes, she's gonna try and push it. But here's the sound of that trap. She's gonna find a different way in. Shock Dart does not hit her here. But she's able to just clear out
hits her
Ori,
in the
but her
foot.
position is compromised. 5 HP in hand, cannot fight this. And Surrenders take this round and take the lead.
Again, one of those rounds that starts a little bit slow, but once that blitz comes in this time around, You know, it's not just Karina not being able to hold back the flood, it's the fact that Ori was able to find so much value in mid. A double kill to start off with, takes down Star as well with the operator towards the end, and now it's gonna be Surrender as the ones with the operator on this attacking side. Gonna be interesting to see how that one plays out. This time though, Focus, they look like they want to kind of make a play on B side. You got 3 players, you got the Silva util to start off with. You might, I would like to see them get a little bit aggressive, but no, instead it's just gonna be a bit of a slowdown.
Keeping an eye on mid here, but kill contract online. On the other end of the recipient is gonna be Legion that wins it, Leany! Fortunately, this time, contract not on her side, as Bobby goes for this peak. Surrendered solo, 12 HP left, making a beeline by the skin of her teeth. Karina knows, clear that corner, they break her util. Where are you gonna run here? But Ori is providing a bit of cover here, but a bit of her shoulder will betray her as she falls. Star to get the kill.
Here.
Mimi on site here. Into the anchor. Immediate paranoia forward. Does not peek out, but unfortunately for her, will be found out by that owl drone. Also netted as well. KXoma will be moved out the way, and so will Mimi, knocked off. Trying to go for that peek here, but Elysian has other things in mind, going a little bit more aggressive. Ori watching the flags, doing it very well. Enough to get 2 and surrenders. They are taking a lot more of the leads now. 2, in fact, points ahead of Focus Sakura.
Yeah, I feel like the difference in confidence is starting to really like narrow down here. Surrenders, you know, the slow rounds that we were talking about, where they kind of like, it felt like they were giving a lot of respect to their opponents compared to like now, where they're just like happy to, you know, hold down these angles, confident they can win out these fights. I think that was what the case this round anyway, and they did a great job. Ori, especially with that operator, just able to kind of hold back that backstab very consistently. So it's been really nice to watch them kind of recovering. Now, unfortunately for Focus Sakura, not the greatest buy. One off the annihilation here.
Really?
And look at this, Leonie. Oh no, not.
Oh no, she was not expected to push that aggressively this early, as Bobby once again will be found. All she has to do is just make a beeline out the way. Now for the rest of surrenders here, all eyes onto A side. There's an op there. Here comes the annihilation as well. Does it catch anyway? It does.
Oh,
Mimi
no.
will be caught. Just struggling for her life, but her teammates cannot save her. But the op shots are just not hitting. Mimi falls finally. And now you have the trap set up already. Jade, it's gonna be so hard to play against this, especially when everything falls apart. But now Karina, she tries to break the door. I suspect that someone might be coming in through mid, finds no one. And now, with this wall here, wall bangs onto the bottom of the area to hell. Jade, gonna throw that. The net hits onto Karina. Here comes the paranoia, just setting it up for her teammates, but no one is pushing here. As for Focus, it's not gonna be easy. Only sheriffs in hand, but they were able to take retakes, but for now, it might be hard. They have smokes, they have util, and a lot of pressure onto that area. They peek out one by one, they will fall. And that's already 3 in a row surrenders. They are just increasing the lead with every round they play. They look confident.
Yeah, I mean, this was their map pick, so kind of finally like feeling that comfort. And remember, this is a team with 2 sentinels on their side, 2 very strong anchoring sentinels as well. So I think once that defense side comes into play here, it's gonna be interesting to see how the double duelist versus double sentinel face-off is gonna look. Last shot on the half though, Ori's still hanging on to that operator. Unfortunately for Focus, no money to be able to get second operator online here. It's just gonna have to be them making do with what they have, and what they have is that Silva ult. So you did see the early Silva ults coming out the last time. Wasn't able to find too much value, so I don't think Zoma is gonna really invest it unless they spot somebody here. And look at this, Jade kind of just left by themselves to make sure that nobody really is gonna be pushing forward. Yeah, I know that spotted her.
Jade gonna fall. Leany sustained a lot of damage from the initial skirmish. Star here, nice off angle played. Immediate pick up the head could be massive, but no one's really picking. Oh, they do. Anita will be the one next, as Bobby decides to take an ultimate orb instead. And once again, it's silence.
Yeah, the rest of Surrender is forced to like reconvene, stick together. They know that their only chance in this round is to find these kills together as a team. They spot out Star, not gonna be able to get that kill. Karina on site as well, and now Mimi TPing over to boot. Huntress Fury once again gonna be popped, not gonna find too much value, but Ori now towards the backside, not impacted by the paranoia, but it doesn't matter. Karina is still able to get that first kill And now Elysian, along with Bobby. What can you really find?
Enemy
Down,
down.
B.
My ultimate. I have. Where is
30 seconds
every
left.
wire destroyed?
World tapped online already. Through the smoke, enemies revealed. 65 HP, 1-on-3. Not impossible. See Karina hold the site. But Bobby, she doesn't have any util to play with. Waiting patiently in this angle. Spots no one on stairs. The only idea that she might have is going to be to hear the drop onto lane. Now, they're putting a bit more pressure onto her. But they have not tapped the spike yet. 1, 2, 3, a big swing. That's something, swing. Come on! This early in the season?
I was like, that's... come on, guys. It's already a 1v3, but yeah, better safe than sorry. Really nice play there. I don't think
Switching
Soma
sides.
even shot there, but Soma just went like running by like, hey, I'm gonna do really a crosshair placement. How you doing today? Nice try by Bobby. I mean, it was a 1v5. They got themselves into a 1v3 from that position, but yeah, not gonna be able to go too much further there. And a final round on the board for Sakura. It's gonna keep that lead from going too far ahead from Surrenders. But now, this is what we were talking about, Tash. You've got the Cypher lock composition on this defensive side. Cypher on A, deadlock towards B. And it does seem like B is going to be where this first focus is going to be from Focus Sakura.
This goes here.
One thing that, you know, just chatting with the GC girls here in APAC, I asked them, what exactly is the idea of the Cypher lock? And they said it's going to be a lot of, on attack, it's a lot of presence toward mid area, and that's exactly what we saw from Surrenders. And this time around, defense, they're just chilling. I mean, coming into this one, you can already hear Jade immediate pop of that shield, and immediately she drops that shield. They break it. Shock dart as well used already. And just like that, our util is out of offline.
Yeah, double tap used here. That's going to be really a huge loss there for the ISO because they weren't able to take any contact fights with it just because of how much time that wall bought. I mean, wall has got down, yes, but you still do have the rest of the deadlock utility, so not too much of a rotation really coming through. Trip towards mid as well, so they're happy to kind of play fast and loose with it. And it does seem like there's going to be a push towards the A side instead, but look at this. You've still got 3 players hanging around that part of the map.
Yeah.
Standing ahead.
Soma. Clear out tree, finds no one. But look at Surrenders. They have not moved at all. They're not buying these fakes. They're not over-rotating early. A lot of faith into their hold and their strategy. They made a decision here. Straight onto the side. Anita is gonna fight Mimi. Falls first, but the same could be said here on mid-set area. Karina's headshot is clean, finds Bobby. A jump shot by Jade, that is disgusting. Leany to pull down next. But Oliver onto this lane area. Can't Soma also will sustain injury and eventually fall before Star finally knocks her down.
10 seconds
now,
left.
they're racing against time here. They got the spike. 7 seconds. They have to be quick. They're coming in from both areas, crunching her. But now, the spike is down, but this crossfire, a double push out from 2 different sides, it's hard.
Yeah, just not much you can really do with the clock ticking. At least you're able to get the spike plant down, a little bit of extra money. But yeah, Surrenders, they got that initial advantage and they completely continue to play the round off the back of it. I think that also Focus Sakura letting that clock tick down so badly until the last 30 seconds before you even start your execute really kept them from being able to efficiently take up space or take those engagements that they would have wanted to. They were forced in a lot of position. Of course, just insanity from Jade. that was just disgusting.
I would get a heart attack if someone jumped up in my face, just right-clicked me in the face.
It happens in my ranks. It happened in my rank games. I know what you mean. I have PTSD.
Oh man, we see a Bucky in play as well now, this time from Focus. Now just now we saw 1-1 after pistol, but this time around Focus, they have things in mind. They tap the ARP, finds no one. They're not over-peeking here. Surrender's understanding that the Cypher lock comp means a more passive hold toward main, but a little bit more aggressive toward mid or maybe tree.
Especially with this weaponry, they're not going to be taking too much of an aggressive push here. Once again, Focus making the effort to break that trip early on, kind of forcing this mid presence. Ari with the Outlaw. Not going to be really spotting anybody as of now, but look at this. There is Leany close and personal. That area has been pinged, but it doesn't matter. Leany still gets the kill.
Leany waited there for ages, just waiting for the right time to peek. And now over onto tree, they've cleared it out here, and Leany has picked up an Outlaw. Now this could be massive. Gonna break the door, they do. And immediately Bobby just waiting for the right time for just really shoot them with the camera. Immediately triggers the camera here. The cage, excuse me. As Lini spots no one. Their positions have already been compromised. Here's Bobby. The spray is good. But the same could be said by Anita over on the backside. To her name and start jump shots forward. And Anita and Elysian, shots are just too clean here. And despite the valiant efforts done by Focus to come through mid, it's just not happening.
Yeah, I mean, the Outlaw as well, that's just the best gun you want in a close range fight against an Outlaw. It has to be the Stinger. So yeah, Bobby able to get that kill. And even though they go down, the trades were perfect coming in from, I do believe it was Anita, it's like towards backside. The Guardian just able to hit every single shot. That said, it was a little bit of an expensive round. So 3 players get shot down here and they're not able to carry that Outlaw forward either. I think they only got the Guardian as well as the Judge. So it's going to be a bit of a difficult bonus round here for the side of Surrenders because they haven't bought anything else in it.
Really isn't. They have 2 toward B and 3 toward A main. They take the orb and they are saying, okay, I do not want to fight this. And Lini, a little bit of a skirmish onto mid area. Star immediately knocks out Ori. And Lini has a double tap online once again now. Walking up from tree. They're gonna immediately try and challenge this. They break it so early. And this is what you want to see here. You want to break those utils this early. They get those taps out as well. Aldron use. Jade gonna quickly find one. But it's Lini that wins the initial fight. But they don't know that Anita is coming in from tree, playing through that smokes. This could be massive. Now with this cage here, Bobby looking to find that perfect right click, but it's not going to happen as Karina intercepts that. And now for the rest of Focus, they're deciding to have 2 toward main and the rest on the site. And the only player that's really low right now is just Lini with her initial fights onto mid area. A fake TP already. But the rest of Focus are not phased at all. Making little micro peaks here. They have a nice little one-way setup. But Focus, they have a nice high-low setup. They've spotted everyone onto main. But how many are on tree? It's 2! And Anita clears them all! Jen gone! Their defense! The post plant is just fading away here. Lini finds Anita, but time is not on Surrender side. They need to make something happen here. Elysian with only a sheriff as well as a judge in hand cannot win this fight. And Focus Sakura, they're happy to take this point.
Yeah, but what a round it was. I mean, Surrenders, remember, they started that round with a Judge, a Guardian, and 3 Sheriffs, and they were able to take out 3 guns from the hands of Focus Sakura there. And I mean, you know, shout out to Focus there. I think Lini's paranoia there really just was incredible in terms of being able to keep Lini alive despite that initial setup with the Deadlock utility. But the damage there, a decent amount of damage being done by Surrenders. They're finally going to have their full buy coming in. Anita has the Hunter's Fury ready to go in this round. And that might be a major ult because look at this. There's so many ultimates that you can get online if you are Focus here. You can prioritize either the Hunter's Fury or the kill contract if you want to try and push forward. You know, maybe grab the Cypher or Deadlock off the site and then try to make a play with it. I think so far, at least, the kill contract has been a 50-50 rate, kind of. I think we've seen it twice so far.
Yeah. We have seen it twice so far. Oh, we're back. Hello.
Surprise.
Surprise. Jump scare. My bad. Anyways, coming back to what we're talking about just now. I think it's really huge as well. See, not only the you know, the GC sheriffs, but we could also say those shots in general, especially from players like Karina, and Anita as well have been massive. I think Anita has done these insane shots from the back of B inside Boathouse from that area in front of Jen. They had a high-low setup and Karina cleared them. Like, how on earth do you do that?
I don't know, man. I think Karina as well as Anita especially has just been so good with the Guardian. Every single time we've seen her with the Guardian, kind of like taking down players, it's just been crisp headshots. It's not like body shot spam. It's not like people being low and going down to body shot spam. No, it's just been like really clean shooting coming in from both these sides, like you said. So I think at this point, though, Surrenders do have a little bit of a numbers advantage. They do have the weapons in this round as well. Going to be interesting to see what kind of buy we're going to be seeing Focus go in for. I think that Star could drop a gun here to Zoma. Or Zoma could go in with that half armor. They're only one off the Blade Storm as well. But I think that kill contract, if they can get it online here, that's going to be the ult to kind of let them make their way onto site. Because so far, at least, they've been struggling to really find those openings to get onto site where both teams have equal guns or equivalent guns. I think that those opening engagements, surrenderers aren't really putting themselves in like very really risky positions. They're happy to play back because they know they have like so much util on the site itself.
Yeah, they really do. I think in this situation as well, I think it's huge. For one thing I did notice though in this game is that in the lurkers like Mimi and Bobby, both teams have done a phenomenal work just making sure that they have their backs covered. They know there's going to be someone lurking around. They know there's going to be one late rotator sometime around. So in a lot of situations, you see Bobby and Mimi just really cleared out very, very early as well, just to make sure that they don't get crunched. And I think that's huge as well, being able to do that, and as well as making sure you can execute onto the site. I think kudos to both teams for being able to do that. But at the same time, I think I agree with you with what you said, right, about just in general, just these great shots. I think today is a great day. I mean, we were talking about Lini in that pre-show, right? About what this ISO pick means. And I think a lot of time, I think out of like how many, 3 kill contracts that she's done, I think she's only lost 1. So I think it's pretty massive if you think about it, because I think the kill contract can bring impact in so many ways. Bringing that one character, especially if that's one player, is the anchor of that site, giving that space to your teammate is already a huge impact as it is.
Yeah, especially the points about kill contract that you made, they were right. I think this is the 3rd one. I remember seeing 2. One where Legion won it against them, and one where Lini came out on top. So this would be the 3rd one. But yeah, I think everyone's gotta have a buy. Probably gonna be seeing either the Sovals or the kill contract coming up on top. Oh yeah, Hunter's Fury to try and stop here, but Star still wins the fight. Illusion gets the trade, but still, what a huge first pick. Jade goes down.
Yeah, that's massive. Mimi did take some damage as well from that Hunter's Fury. Now, Bobby has all the idea in the world, all the information as well. There's 2 players coming in onto main. And now Lini, she's forced to wait. Moves back here. Ori putting in a little bit more pressure. And immediately that Cloud Burst will give a bit of time to Lini to just activate that kill contract. And it's online already. She could activate it now and take the Cypher off site if she wants to. But not enough info means that she's just going to back away and decide to do it another time.
Also, with the deadlock having gone down, it is easier. It is going to be easier to get into the A side because that Cypher's on B. So yeah, rotation kind of makes sense here. Kill contract probably going to be useful to catch out a player, but look at this. Mimi holding such an aggressive position along with the rest of the team. Nobody really on site in her crosshairs, so Focus should be able to just contact their way up onto site. 2 players on short though, lying in wait. So this is going to be a full 4-on-4 retake that we're looking at. Karina lurking towards mid as well. Might be able to find some space on short, but gets spotted out.
It's you and me.
Went down. Here comes a kill contract. Barely missing the planter. Now the recon ball will get destroyed here. Anita trying to put in damage, but Lini falls.
And again, Illusion
Coming
gets her.
Onto heaven. Coming here, Anita. Huge headshot onto Kaisoma. Mimi to hold the backside, but it's not holding on for long. Ori is here. Karina, time. Now her side. All eyes onto her as the defuse comes through. And it's just not happening here. They go to a 10, surrenders. The first team to get the double digits.
Was that important?
That was just such a crazy round. Like, Illusion once again 3rd kill contract. This time, gets pulled into the 2nd kill contract. And once again, just manages to completely shut the ISO down. Comes out on top of that fight, and the rest of them happy to take the space off the back of that, knowing that they have the numbers advantage. And I mean, Karina tried her best, but a 1v3 when you're that late to that post plant, it's not much that you can really do here. Legion just having an absolute game, and I think especially for a lot of these players on the surrender side, I think some of them used to be on that focus team, so it's gonna be a little bit satisfying in that aspect as well, being able to go up against your old team with your new team, prove that you're still like at the top of your game. It's kind of cool.
Yes. Closes the door very early here, and Bobby is looking to challenge this early, wins it. Soma is gonna fall. This is devastating this early. There goes your recons, your shock darts. But it's still very, very possible. 2 duelists in hand. They can just go for the immediate headshots if they want to. They can go a little bit more aggressive, just brute force it onto that site.
Here.
You already spot out Anita. It's a tiny little peek on the shoulder as Ori gonna clear out Mimi so quickly. They break the util. Now Anita waiting for the right time to just quickly peek through. Her teammate is close by if they want to. The spike still over on spawn, so make noise onto B and decide to rotate. But Surrenders has not bought it at all. They can still have 2 players onto A.
Yeah, especially with Mimi's lurk being caught out as well, it just lets them position this outlaw towards a more aggressive angle. Now, yeah, oh my god. Yeah, Karina just not ready for it, and now you've just got the 2
30
duelists left
seconds
alive
left.
here. I mean, Star does have the Blaze Storm. That could be the counter that you desperately need in this half-fight kind of round that you have, but yeah, unfortunately, 20 seconds left. You have no space to go into any site here. You still have the utility from the Deadlock on the site itself as you go forward. At least you're going to be able to pick up a gun here. But yeah, 2v5, how much can you really do? Especially with that Deadlock trap slowing you down.
Leanie's
Leanie at
huge.
least gets a kill, yeah. But now you have to be able to get the plant, and never mind. I don't know if they got the spike down in time. I don't think they did. That's the only issue.
No.
So yeah, even though they're able to get these kills, 2v5, they make it a 2v2. It's not gonna be enough.
Star, that's very aggressive.
Round's over. Might as well.
Yeah, that's by the skin of their teeth, honestly. It was just so close. But, you know, coming back to that point you did earlier, right, Zach? About, you know, how Focus Sakura, they like to take a lot of time to really figure out where they want to go. Waiting to the last possible second to plant that spike. And the thing is, when they take this much time, the problem is right now is the util, the setups. And on top of that, that Cypher lock play that is just made to delay. They have to really be more decisive if they want to enter that site.
Yeah, it's just so difficult at that point. I mean, it was like a skin of your teeth as well, like you said, like 2 more seconds and they would have had that spike down, and they brought it down to a 2v2. Surrenders, though, I mean, happy to play a little bit more slow. They knew that even then, that last 20 seconds, they didn't even take the fight onto site itself directly. They let the Deadlock Trap slow them down, and the Deadlock Trap was kind of what won them the round, because Jade staying alive for so long meant that utility was still online, meant that they couldn't get onto site fast enough to get the spike down. So yeah, I mean, Surrender, this is a point where Focus kind of had to sit back and think, like, I know this isn't our map, but it's still a sense. It's a map that we have like a decent pick rate on. It's not like we don't know how to play it. You want to try and get that early lead as soon as possible. And with the way that they've been playing, it's not bad exactly. It's just that Surrenders look so much more controlled. And now you're going to be seeing Ari once again picking up that operator.
I think Ori on this op has been terrifying. She's just very aggressive. She can make a lot of stuff happen on attack. She can do it on defense as well. And this time around, she's looking to challenge onto main. And yet Soma could not react off that at all. Paranoia as well. Beautiful play. That Paranoia came from B. That was just perfect comms, perfect timing, perfect setup. That is team play.
Yeah, Illusion, I think, has had some really great paranoias throughout today. Karina now, though, beautiful headshot onto Anita. Lesion still onto site in the corner. Made it spawner out, so gonna be forced to TP over here. Does manage to at least get out of position, and now Karina one off the Killjoy ult. If she can get the spike down or find another kill, that's gonna be huge. With the backup cavalry has ridden in. You've got 3 players now from the Surrender side ready to kind of fight, but oh my god, Illusion caught out of position for once.
They were not expecting it. The Annihilation online already catches Leanie of all people, and Leanie will fall. Her teammates did try to save her, but it's either you die to the Annihilation or you die to Jade, and she chose Jade.
Planted.
They get the plant though. Already on the site here, Star. More aggressive hold, playing forward here. Harina as well, nice cross setup as well. They set up that blind perfectly, puts a lot of damage onto Jade. Tries to move, weaving in and out of the area. But Star, unfortunately, cannot hold it any longer, as eventually will have Karina holding onto the site. She plays it to perfection from B main. Now Bobby, last person left. What are you gonna do here? Mimi just toying with her as she waits for her teammate to come up forward and just backstab her. She's already suspicious, but it's Karina to come up victorious on this round with 4 kills in the bag.
Yeah, you know, not just her position towards A main, but even the first kill of the round that really got them the entry at the site was from Karina. So Focus fighting back here off the back of that timeout. A huge round, of course, hero play from Karina to make it work here. But yeah, the kill onto Anita there, the way that they were able to just get their way onto site, and the amount of time that Karina was able to buy with her fighting towards B main, it's going to succeed in getting Focus their first round in the half, but also as after their full buy, it's also going to break the economy here for the side of Surrenders. No Blade Storm available either for Ori, so it is just going to be an aggressive push coming out bit by bit. And I think that the Paranoia ready to be in play from Illusion based on the contact taken here by Jade. I mean, it's a question of how you're going to be able to really isolate these kills. 3 pieces of info there. Going to be able to actually catch out that first player, Jade. Beautiful, beautiful play.
Oh, that set play was disgusting. So early with the Paranoia as well as that net. There was nowhere to go, but Karina still managing to get through that wall itself. Fortunately, it does isolate her from the rest of her teammates, and she decides, you know what, it's okay. I'm just gonna chill in this corner and just see whether, just wait for that wall to fall. Here's Ori, a little bit of aggressive hold, but the high-low push out by Focus. It's just a bit more much for her to deal with. Anytime the smoke's here, they put in that pressure. The door is closing. Pot shots through those smokes finds no one. As the rest of Focus, eyes onto heaven. They get the plant. 2 already in hell. Making it 3. In fact, as KX Soma will join her. The Owl Drone will spot one. Jade with the wall bangs onto Star. They know there's one there. Beautiful played. But Karina finds one in the midst of her lurk. And now as they go down here, Bobby, beautiful headshot. But the same could be said by KX Soma. She can't hold on for any longer. They're trying to go for the defuse. A lot of footsteps heard already. 1 headshot. 1 more to go. Bobby is very low right now. She's just waiting, looking for the right time. Tick, tick goes the spike. But where is Bobby? Karina, she's not deterred at all. Trying to go for a tap one more time, and Bobby gets it. But time is not. Actually, it is on her side. It is a thrifty. They get match points.
Bobby just masterfully played it at the end. I mean, Karina's lurk could have saved the round there, but surrenders, man, like, that was so well played by them. Eco around, and once they realize that Karina's lurk is coming in, they gotta get onto site. They jump in. Bobby gets that first kill with the Sheriff. The Shock Dart's doing some damage as well. And just, again, Jade and Bobby between them. The Sentinels coming out strong towards the end. Really, really nicely played by them. And now Surrender is on match point on this first map that they chose. For the Focus, they've still got the Killjoy out. They've still got things to work with here, but momentum at least, it's in favor of Surrenders, and they still want to go aggressive. Jade absolutely feeling it, and she comes away alive. Doesn't even take any damage. That is just Grand Theft Auto at this point.
I am loving these set plays done by Surrenders. You have the net and paranoia. You have the paranoia, and then Ori walking down mid. Here comes that lockdown. It is gonna just push away the members of Surrenders. But not Ori though. Actually, now she's gonna be, as the Legion will fall here. Mimi happy to walk straight onto tree. Lini is close. But the trip will be triggered, but Mimi just crouch sprays onto Jade. Still one more to worry about. But the timing, is it right, is the question. Here's Ori, Mimi waits. But Bobby is just sharper. Neural Theft will just tackle on every single one of their positions. What a shot onto Lini. Here's Ori onto Heaven as well. Great trades all around here, but it's still a 2-on-1. Karina, she's gonna have to really hold this, isolate these fights if she's able to. Finds one already. Watches Heaven. A double swing forward, but surrenders. The power of teamwork, the power of team play is just so good, and they will run away with a scent.
Power of team play, power of the pop and swing, power of just running with your gun out to move people's crosshairs away. Absolutely gorgeous there. And I mean, nice try there from Focus. Karina especially stepping up, coming alive, huge in that end game. But yeah, I think Surrenders, they just come out on top. And MVP gonna be Jade here. 3 first wins on the deadlock. Not something that you're used to seeing, I would say. At least she has 4 as well. That's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. I think it was just really massive. And I think if you look at every single member, every single player, I mean, don't let the number of kills really deceive you. I think every single player on Surrenders was making a huge impact. I think Bobby, even though she's at the bottom of the scoreboard, how many clutches has she had? How many times her lurks have just been massive? Good crunch plays, great holes as well. It's just phenomenal. And I think I'm really excited seeing this first map for Ascent because it really gives a huge benchmark, a huge idea of where the bar stands between these two teams.
I mean, especially that was just map 1 that was chosen by Surrender, so they were able to take it under their bag. But even then, especially in that first half, it was so neck and neck. I mean, we were talking about it before, how the Cypher Lock comp is, you know, kind of crazy. It kind of like goes fire on defense, and we saw that coming into play. I think that Focus were only able to win 2 or 3 rounds in that entire half, and all the runs that they played on their attacking side. So pretty impressive to see this coming out of Surrender. Surrender is this early on, but map 2. That is none other than Abyss. It is a pick by Focus. It's a pick that they've played far more than their opponents, at least 4x if I'm not wrong, going by the stats. So gonna be exciting to see what these teams are gonna be cooking up. But yeah, map 1, I mean, Surrenders, they're gonna be out 1-0 in this best of 5.
Yeah, it's still map number 1 though, and I really, really want to know how exactly they're going to be doing on the second map. And now we're just waiting to see whether or not we're going on a break or not. Hello. Yes, we are. We're going on a break. We'll be right back. See you in a bit, guys.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Wingwoman series. We are still in that lower final, and we are in our series matchup between Focus, Sakura, and Surrenderers. For those who missed it, Surrenderers just won their map pick of Ascent, and they won it pretty convincingly, 13-7. I'm still Zach, and with me still here is the wonderful Sasha, and we're here to take you through the rest of this best of 5.
Yep, and I have to say that I am so excited and shocked at how exactly they have executed that cipher lock on map 1. I was expecting, like, every time I ask a team, right, okay, what is your idea behind a cipher lock? They're like, okay, we try our best to hit maybe 4 or 5 points, and then we just go ham on that defense. But no, they were like, you know what? 4 or 5 now, give us more, and let's just challenge them very early. They have a great push-pull strat over on defense. They have a great upper coming on even attack and defense. What can you ask for? It's the perfect team play, and I am so shook because for a long time I have not seen a team play that, I would say, precision when it comes to timing and set plays.
Yeah, I think they were really good in that aspect, being able to play off of each other, especially a lot of the setup plays that were coming in from the team. I think Elysian in particular hit some really impactful paranoias, as well as I think just the kind of util that Jade was putting through, trapping people with the, grab nets and just swinging, getting kills, really playing that deadlock like a proper duelist there. And it felt, even though Ori was a duelist, it kind of felt like Jade was a duelist as well, especially on the defensive side.
I agree with you.
Yeah, some of those rounds. So that said, that is map number 1. That was Surrenderers taking it under play, and it was still very neck and neck, especially a lot of those rounds in that first half. But now we are headed to a map that I personally really am happy to cast because I never seem to get an opportunity to cast it. Abyss coming up here, newest map in the rotation. I think that for Focus, this is a map that they have played. They have like a kind of mixed win rate, I would say. They've played it 4 times this year and they've won it twice. But on the other side, you have Surrenderers who only played it once. So a little bit of a contrast in that regard. And I'm excited to see what kind of compositions these teams come up with, because this is a map where the meta isn't exactly fixed yet.
No, there's so many different ways of people approaching this map. We have some teams like to run that breach just to kind of knock people off the map. I don't know if you guys saw the Valorant flashback this year. Do you see how many people fell off Abyss already?
I think also a lot of them were intentional. I just also remember that G2 clip where everyone just jumps off the map. So yeah, too many people, dude. I feel like I'm also, like, especially the first time I played it, I was trying to do a really cool Omen TP and I just accidentally TP'd into the void. Not exactly something I would advise fellow viewers to do. But I think I like this map for the kind of weird strats you can pull. I like especially because if the choke points that are there when you're getting into side itself, but mid, it's such a big lane. It really leads to a lot of good duel fights. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a huge map. Rotation is so annoying, especially if you're on defense and you have no clue what's going on. A lot of, you want to try and get control of mid, especially because once you lose control of mid, there's so much space, that the enemy can take up, the attackers can take up on. And I think for APAC, I think for VCL MYSG, a lot of teams, how they've been playing it is just a lot of pressure onto vents. And I'm surprised at how many teams actually put a lot of priority onto the area. And I would not surprised, honestly, if you think about it. You have access onto the site, or you can just make a beeline off it and just rotate to the other side as well. So definitely something, there's just so many different ways to approach it. And I'm really excited to see how exactly they want to do that. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing some strats, especially I think we've seen some Chinese teams over on VC China just kind of jump off the site of, I think it was A site, and then
G2
just kind of
started that.
Going aggressive. Yeah, I mean, we see it coming to on attackers to defenders, but we see defenders do it a different way as well. So there's a lot of different styles of play that we can see. But I think most of the time, teams like to keep it very simple, just making sure that they can get a lot of space to admit and have maybe 1 lurk, 2 lurk there perhaps, with 3 coming onto main. As soon as mid kind of breaches that first contact, immediately just make a beeline onto the site. That is also something very, very possible. But I feel like for this map, retakes are also a lot more possible as well. It's not a situation where look at Haven A side, right? It's almost impossible to do a retake from CT side. For Abyss, I think the world is your oyster.
Yeah, it just depends on how much control you have. And again, that comes down to the kind of agent composition you want to play, whether you're going to be having, more of those post-plan agents like in the form of the Astra, or something more aggressive like in the form of the Omen. Let's see what we do have in terms of agent comps, because we are almost ready to get into the map here. And personally, Tash, Omen has a lot of really cute cool TPs and stuff that you can do. Paranoia, we've seen the impact that you can have in that previous map. But how do you feel about Astra on this particular map?
I mean, I think we've seen a lot of chatter about Astra, especially since we had the anti-Astra strat earlier in the year from Genji. I think that is something that a lot of teams have been utilizing. But now Astra has more stars. There's a lot of different ways that she can play around this. You can even put 2 gravity wells if you want to. Why not? But regardless, let's have a look at the agent select here, and I see if actually Astra will be picked, because honestly, with that 5 stars, you have a lot of play potential. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
It's going to be Bobby that's going to be running that. Now, I am also really excited about the Neon as well. I believe we're playing in the
previous patch where she's not
previous
trusted,
patch.
yes.
Yep. So I am excited to see a lot of plays here. The impact maker from Lini, because she will be responsible for taking up that space, for kind of like throwing off her teammates, the enemy's crosshairs as her teammates kind of like rush through. We've seen some something swings as well from surrenders earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if that will be the case for Focus Sakura as well. But the breach as well. I mean, we talked about how much space breach can clear, pushing enemies off the map. You can even just clear out those corners as well. It's going to be massive. Both teams looking huge, but we're also seeing an ISO once again on a Legion this time. And
Surrenders have completely swapped around like their roles. Anita going from the Sova to the Cypher, Jade going from the Deadlock to the Sova. I mean, Jade, to be fair, for as long as I've known them over the last 2 years, they have preferred that initiator. So honestly, that Deadlock I feel like is more of a niche role, but Illusion switching over from that Omen to this ISO is something I am very excited for, because they were playing fantastically aggressive on Omen. I think they had the most first blood as well on the server in that first map. So it's gonna be exciting to see them actually leveraging an agent that they can probably do more with it. They like to play that aggressively, and of course they've got the post plant as well. Personally, team comp wise, I'm kind of leaning towards the surrender one just because of the fact that Sova gives you way more information. But you combine the neon and the breach, and if you can spot out somebody with a cam or you just see them jumping around, that is gonna be a lot of pain headed your way. You better wear your sunglasses. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, just now Focus did try a more aggressive comp, right? Double duelist coming up forward. There was a lot that we were expecting from that team. With Lini kind of leading the charge there with that ISO. And I think it was huge, but it was the passive style play that was brought by Surrenders that kind of like really bought them time and just denied them that space onto the site itself. And now in this time around, right, when you have this much firepower, I think we talked about, brute force versus an immovable object in the previous game. We got an answer for that, but this time around I wouldn't say that both teams are running an immovable object. I mean, we're still seeing double duelists on both sides. It's just a matter of fact, it's just a matter of firepower here, because personally I really think the amount of firepower a really good Neon can bring into the game can be terrifying. But if say that Surrenders does manage to shut down Lini is just maybe not in sync with her teammates, or maybe not able to follow up, and Lini gets knocked out early, that will pose a big problem, I feel.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think that's the problem with duelists like Neon and ISO. You only have so much movement tech available. The rest of the time, you're very dependent on being able to find that impact. I think Neon, of course, is more towards that space-taking kind of agent as opposed to kill dependent, but still, you have to be careful about how you're positioning yourself. You don't want to be cut off from your team just because you move a lot faster. And again, right, you have such an aggressive team comp. You're going to be using your stuns, your flashes, the Neon fast lane, all that utility to get yourself onto site. But what do you have left in that post plant? And I mean, that controller as well, the choice will make a difference, because again, Omen lends itself to more aggressive plays. You can make those flash TPs, you can take up, these elevated angles, but in that post plant, you've got the Astra stars, you've got the shock darts. So Surrenders on that attacking side, at least, they do have a little bit of extra leeway, I would say, in that aspect. And with 2 duelists, they are definitely going to be playing aggressive as well. Either way, we do have word that our map 2 is ready to go. So let's head into Abyss and see what these teams are cooking in terms of strats.
Not, I would say, conventional strats. It's not something that you see a lot on the bigger VCT stage, and I think it's great that we're seeing. I think that's also one of the benefits of seeing like these GC as well as tier 2 teams play, is that we're seeing a lot of innovation come through, especially in this off season. And I think it gives a lot of different ideas on how to approach the season coming up very soon as well. But now it's time for Abyss. Map started already. As Surrenders this time, they're holding a little bit more passive as the aggression is coming through from Focus. Now, shots all around here, just chip damage for both teams, but this skirmish will just end with no death, no blood drawn.
I mean, the double tap has been activated as well, so Illusion, unfortunately, not gonna be able to take a fight. So no more shields available for that safe kind of fight. They've spotted at least 2 players, most likely gonna be 3, and I think they expect it. So just gonna be noise completely cut off. Karina, in the meantime, taking up space towards B along with their teammates, so they're gonna know at least for a fact that nobody coming towards B quite yet.
What a
Beautiful
shot.
shot by Star to open things out. Ori gets taken down here, and he still got Star
make it 2.
with the sliver angles, doing the
3
damage. 3
even.
on the round already. Ooh.
That reposition just caught the whole surrenders off guard here. They know where Bobby is. This tiny peek is all she's done. A good crossfire with her teammates. They do have that spike. Karina just waiting for her teammate to take a little bit more space before she breaks
my
it.
God.
Karina, Star, almost with the ace, and she does it! Ace on the pistol with only a sheriff? What a way to open up this map.
I mean, to be fair, the pistol around the sheriff is probably the best gun you can have, but yeah, those were some clean headshots, man. Like, barely any damage taken as well. I think she took like 1 bullet from the ghost. Star just really living up to the Star bench point at this point. You know, most of these were headshots as well, just very pristine shooting, yeah. The sliver angles being held and very, very confident shots. I think 4 out of 5 of these were like headshots. You can see Bobby kind of debating like, all right, do I jump it off? But decides to instead take the fight and, you know, gives them the ace. Not gonna be good sportsmanship in that aspect. And look at this buy upcoming by. You've got the Outlaw and Lini happy to play with it. Nice shot.
Yeah, only good for 1 though, because Ari will answer. Mimi trades, Anita flashed, walking down mid side here. Spots out 2. Now, she's just being patient. Tries to go for those 1 pop shot, but Focus, they said, nah, we won't play with you. Instead, let's go a little bit more passive. Crossed already. 3 on mid area. Yeah.
I don't expect Anita's position here. She has, but yeah, immediately I think Focus. Karina kind of has the read, not wanting to go forward to peek into it, and you got 3 players towards mid now trying to make a play. They break the door open, they go towards the site, but look at this. There's so many players in action, and Anita actually able to get that kill at the sheriff that you can possibly pick up. 3v3 situation, 40 seconds on the clock. They have to make a play, and Mimi still looking to play hard anchor on this site. Lots of time being bought right now, and it seems like the remainder of Focus, they're just happy to hold on to the site itself. They're not going to really make too much of a mistake in that aspect and giving it up in 24 seconds. Where are you going to go? The answer seems to be towards Mimi.
Yeah. They have a nice little hold there. KX Soma, she smoked off here. She's just waiting for the right time to just really just swing out. And the same could be said for Mimi. Elysian finds her in the end. Double tap activated. More than enough time to get that plant, but it's still a 2-on-1. She has some utility to play with. Undercut is there. But so long as they don't let themselves be isolated, it's definitely going to be a round worth winning. But still, a lot of losses already suffered by Focus Sakura. They don't want to lose anymore. Micro angles here, Elysian. Previous match, she was just shooting heads. It was so clean. Now for Focus here, they come off top side here. They are perfectly done. They get that stun. 1, 2, 3, swing! And the Outlaw gets the head. And they go for 2.
Yep, Antigua gonna be converted here. 3 weapons lost, so not entirely a bad round there for Surrenderers. Full buy. I mean, this bonus run gonna be looking much more dangerous for, or more difficult to win for Focus Sakura, I would say. They are able to actually upgrade and buy a Vandal though, because a couple of them only had pistols. So Karina might actually be investing in a full-on rifle in this particular round. Mimi as well, the patience shown. She was able to drop down this player. Sure, Elysian got the trade, but in the end, the numbers still stayed up, the weapon advantage still stayed up, and the Bulldog fell down as well, so no way for Elysian to even retrieve that gun in that particular round. This time around, though, rifles across the board here. No ultimates have been charged, except for Elysian's kill contract, 1 off that particular ult, and I don't think we're going to be seeing it coming into play. Instead, it's just going to be the weapon fights.
Perhaps that all orb, but they really tell that Focus does not want to play here. Stunned off onto A side here. They immediately walk out and swing. Anita somehow wins it, but Kexoma is there, gets a nice upgrade for herself.
Taking that back.
Now, making a beeline to the backside once again. Now it's a long rotate from the surrenders. Still, a lot of time to play. Look at how that aggression coming in from Focus Sakura on A. Smokes as well, just to deny them that space. Now I think they're already calling to make sure that it's not going to be B. Now, look at the position of that breach here. It's a little bit more aggressive. On top of the box. Pinged it already. Spots them out. Calls out to her teammates.
It's you and me.
It's all about that quick rotation. Kill contract activated. Finds nothing. Legion with a double tap on. Now, they try to deny some space and time with that aftershock. They're not going to see anyone here. As Ori. The dash already used as well. She says, all right. Took up space. Finds nothing. Moves back. And it's all about playing that post plant to perfection. A good flash. And Leanie straight up slides onto the site. Fast lane activated just to give a bit more space. Giving a nice cross. Mimi falls. And just shots all around here. Left, right, and center. No hits yet. Bobby finds a star, but the same goes for Jade. One to her name. Leanie, 1-on-4 with only a sheriff. Hard ask. Only can get one hit. They get around for the attackers, and after this is where the true test is happening.
We wouldn't improve.
100%. I mean, they managed to keep three of those guns as well, so it's gonna be very nice in terms of economy there for Surrenderers. And again, I like that they push up towards A, they make a lot of noise, they take the contact they can, and once they figure out that that's more of a stack here, B would be a safer situation, especially with Karina going down, Anita being able to get that first kill and the trade, and of course on site itself, Jade just continuing to be a menace consistently to getting these kills and doing the damage, really helping out here. Surrenderers keep 3 alive. They managed to slowly start building up that economy, but now Star does have this operator positioned aggressively early on towards A main, so it seems like Surrenderers already have made a plan to go towards B, where Karina's kind of playing for the retake. Look at where they're positioned.
Yeah. It's the orb. Give it on to Jade. I think it's huge that you're giving it to her because it's a lot of pressure she can do with that, with the Hunter's Fury.
Caught one.
A lot of spams onto the smoke as well. Star was not hanging around to find out more. They get the plant here over on the other end.
My ult is
And immediately make a beeline for main once again. Leanie's timing could be huge here, playing closely with her teammates. Anita gonna try and challenge. Quick use of the stun, walks up to the face. Anita falls, Jade trades. Good, massive, huge. The flash unfortunately will be caught out by that smoke as Ari is waiting already. Huge, huge, and greatly played post plans as the Legion with the uppercut. Not gonna win it. Karina, sharp as ever, but the same could be said for Ori. Now it's about that retake time and not on their side here, and Star with the op in hand decides to go for that save. It is a 1-on-3, and to do a retake with an op, something a little bit hard to do.
Especially with the time of just being there. I mean, yeah, better off holding on to this gun for the next round, especially with that being your team's buy round. So, question mark as to whether Sakura is going to be able to put together another buy here. I mean, of course, Star could also drop the op to maybe one of their teammates, could, you know, use the Blade Storm instead to ensure that they have a full buy here. I mean, nice try by Leanie, able to find that first kill at least, but again, Elision on site just being devastating in terms of damage, and the rest of the team as well afterwards being able to pull together the round. It is going to be an eco, in fact, they're not going to force into this. They do have the hero of saved from last round, so a lot of pressure going to be on Star to be able to make things work out here for her team.
This is a nice spot.
Passive once again here. Good read that Leanie is gonna go aggressive. Ori positioned themselves onto a high ground. Does not know she's there. Great pickoff onto Leanie this early. Huge. But Mimi is there. Ready and just ripe for the pickings. In fact, teleports back onto B site. Quickly just smokes off one area and decides to play closely with their teammates.
That was a really nice trade and a shot. Doesn't take too much any damage at all, actually. So, gonna be able to stay alive and keep the smokes online as well. Neural Thefto gonna be invested here by Surrenderers. Probably not a round that you really want to be using ultimate, but better safe than sorry. Mimi alone on site, gonna be pushed back by the recon, and it's a defensive moment kill from Anita to get that kill. Another opening onto site found, a 4v3 retake situation. They've got the Hunter's Fury, but they might not even need it because they want to play aggro.
Immediately playing off that util. It's honestly just great. Shock Dart to buy some time here. Hard retake. Not a lot of guns to play in hand. An operator in Star's hands. The rest are all just sheriffs. Anita, she's been a master buying off that mid area. Just walks up. Great crunch. Timing will be huge here. I don't know if Star is aware. Folks out here. Oh, it's about shooting. Headshot straight to the head here. They get the tap. But with the uppercut, it's going to be hard here. Perfect plant and just play for it as another round falls into Surrender's hands, and it's the 3 from them just taking the lead.
They only lose one player. I mean, to be fair, that was a bit of an eco round there for the side of Focus, but now buy versus buy. Look at this, though. Surrender is already charging up these ultimates. One off of that Cosmic Divide for the Astra could be pivotal in going forward. And of course, Anita, you were talking about it. Really nice re-wrap around towards mid to increase that pressure. When you have the numbers advantage, you might as well, but you know, scatter your players out a little bit. And Economy, look at this bank going so deep here for the Surrender side. They've got the Hunter's Fury for the post plant as well. So a lot of really crucial ults here. On the other side, you've got Focus with the Jet ult to try and find some damage. You've got 3 players on this B site, but look at this. It's a full-on push through mid towards where? And the answer, it does seem to be towards this B site.
Yeah. But the aggression that Focus are looking for is all the way onto main here, Jade. A nice off-angle plate, finds Star. Can she go for 2? She does! They're just isolated. Takes the fight 1 by 1. KX Soma, that is huge saves. Takes some time to get this kill in the end, but it's enough. Losing 2 members this early, Focus Sakura, not gonna be huge. Gonna try and come in through mid area. Jumps up forward, there is a cage to play with. They have the overdrive, and the overdrive can be devastating. Here we go, it's online already. KX Soma's gonna fall. Wall bangs through here as Anita and Ori put in the pain, and the rest of Focus Sakura cannot do anything to retake that site.
I love that adaptation coming in from Surrender. Is the fact that, all right, they knew that Zoma was towards main. They couldn't really play post plat from where they're used to it. So they swapped things over and they decided to play for this mid control instead to just hold down the angle. But I think, again, Jade, just the fact that she was able to find 2 here before going down made things impossible in this situation. And again, that's 2 ultimates. Both the duelist ults have been burnt here by Focus Sakura. They're still going to have money for a buy, including that operator coming back online here. But on the other side, you've got that Cosmic Divide. You have this ultimate coming in for the Sova. If you do get that spike down, there's just so much utility available. And now Surrender is, after showing off their mid-B capabilities, they're going to be going back towards 8.
Ori, straight onto the side, all the way to the back line. Will have to move out of the way. But here comes the Hunter Sphere just to buy some time. And Mimi gets one right as the Hunter Sphere comes out. But Ori and Bobby, they have other things in mind. They take the challenge and they raise up to it. 2 kills already. Here's Karina here, playing closely with her teammates. And here comes that wait. And also the wait for the game to start again.
A little bit of a delay there. But, I mean, that said, it was a really convincing take onto the site itself for the side of Surrenders. And 3v4, I mean, Focus Sakura, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back into this.
Yeah. I think while we wait for the game to restart, I think it's just huge seeing how they play this here. When you see how aggressively they push, aggressively how they take, and I think it's huge that they changed up the way they want to play it because they've really conditioned the team to really watch out for mid. That I think the main area coming into the site itself is just pretty much easier for them to break through.
I'm sorry, this Wingman Snoozy thing is so cute.
So cute.
Whoever made this, shout out to them.
Oh, the only thing my wingman holds is just the boba.
How does your wingman hold something? Mine just sits there.
Can my wingman hold my heart? Just kidding.
Too much of a burden for poor wingman.
I mean, imagine if you know, someone did a pickup line. They gave you a wingman and said, "Hey, this wingman holds the boba, but can my wingman hold your heart?" How much would you rate that pickup line?
I would go with the wingman. I don't know about the pickup line from the person who's offering it, but the wingman, yeah. But wingman, you know, it's wingman. You can't blame it either way. Though we are back in the action here. Ori with the swing, able to get the kill. We will pontificate more on wingman and wingman's friends later. But yeah, now the rest of the Focus just forced to save. You know, they've got the operator, they've got the rifle. I mean, will they be allowed to save is another question. It seems like they should be. Jade goes down, the lure caught out. But yeah, Surrender is another round on the board. 5-2 right now is what we're looking at. At least you're going to be able to get a little bit of damage on the way out. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely a wingman round. Why hasn't anyone picked Gecko yet? That's what I'm annoyed about. I don't know about you.
They're like, Gecko has gotten a bit too much screen time. Swaps out. Man, Elysian swapped out to that shorty. Wasn't able to do that. Surrenders, they are... Honestly, I am surprised at how well this team is holding out on this map, because I think I think in the beginning of the game you said for Focus Sakura they've played this map quite a lot in tournament. I mean, definitely if you think about it, like yeah, they have a lot of reps. They played in official matches, but for Surrenders, I think what's really great about them is not only are they leading onto I think the characters or rather the agents they're more comfortable with, but also the amount of VODs that they have access to has given them quite an idea on how exactly to counter Focus Sakura's play.
Definitely. I think that it's also nice because Surrenders, even though they have, it's in contrast, they don't have as much playtime on it. They were able, like, they've hit it once this year so far, if I remember, and even that was like an overtime against Heroic. So the fact that they were able to, they're able to like continue, they're able to adapt. I think they're playing a different team comp right now, and what I really like is how they're leveraging their capabilities in terms of like how they like to play. They've always been a very aggressive team, or the individuals have been very aggressive individuals, and now that they're together as a team, they're really able to kind of put things together. And Illusion especially, I'm very happy to see Duelist Illusion, because most of the time that I've seen them play, it has been more of that passive role in terms of like non-duelist characters. But yeah, Illusion on ISO is everything that I would like to see from an ISO player.
Yeah, honestly, I think sometimes as well when you look at Legion, right? I think just now my statement was you want to see impact, you want to see those headshots, you want to enable the double taps. But Legion, I think she's been doing massive in a way that she has set up her teammates for success with that undercut. Now, for Surrenders, they're deciding, okay, let's just walk up mid area. Let's try and challenge Karina here. The only thing in hand is just that Sheriff. She's able to get these shots if she wants to. She can actually pop heads, but timing on her side, she decides to leave the area. In fact, wait for her teammates, just giving access from this link all the way onto B side. But look at where Star is. The infamous Buzz position, unfortunately, moves out the way here. Timing not on her side, will be caught out and crunched from 3 different areas.
Very unlucky there for Star, 100%. Tripwire here as well. Kill Trip, not going to be able to find any value. Astro Utility comes through as well, and now the only hope there is that, you can get a couple of these Sheriff shots. Karina starts things off right with that first one, but the Lurk going to be caught out on the rotation. Jade catches Mimi. Here comes the Cosmic Divide, invested to try and keep players back here. Bobby forced to fall back as well, still has 2 stars to work with for the spike itself, and it's going to be interesting to see how this close plan does work out. Illusion with that operator actually going to be able to pick up a couple of kills here.
That's massive! If there's one thing I can say about Surrenders is that their post plant is spectacular. It makes it so hard for Focus Sakura to try to even get onto the site. Whether it's A site or B site, they have these crossfires set up. They have people onto main. They have these layers set up. It's so hard to break. You break one layer, okay, cool, that's fine. We still have people onto main with maybe an op. We still have people onto main ready to spam smokes if we have to. We haven't even seen a moment where we really have to rely on Bobby to set up those gravity wells.
100%. Once again, though, the operator gonna be there for Star. Not gonna be able to do too much. Does get that body shot through the wall. Able to finish off the kill as well. Yeah, that's a huge kill. Ori goes down early, so you're no longer gonna have that space-making agent. But there we go. First kill contract that we're really seeing, I think. And Illusion ready to go aggressive. Actually gets the kill. Beautifully done.
Waited for the last moment. Swings out. Now here's Anita. She wants to go for these fights. She already knows the positioning of one of the players here. That's KX Soma. I mean, not her side here. The plant's already done. Timing could be huge here. One big swing, but Anita's sharper falls. Hit popped so quickly. Now, for the rest of Focus here, it's a 2-on-4 retake. Yeah, we've seen, stories of success, but look at the positions once again. You have one player coming down mid to just make sure that no one is coming through that mid area. You have 2 players watching from B main and 1 watching flank. Almost hard to break here. Process done. But for Focus, they do have some util to play with. There's the fast lane. Immediately, you can see Lini push out. Jade wins that fight. And Legion waiting to set up that uppercut. You can see a lot of util thrown. Shock darts, gravity wells. Anita from heaven does fall, but it's still a call to save here, and Mimi is not able to salvage this round.
Oh my god, unfortunately, not even gonna be able to save the gun. In fact, it's gonna be Bobby who grabs that operator for good measure. Surrender is just absolutely on fire. It's been 7 straight rounds, and they show no signs of stopping. They have just been so consistent in being able to find these kills on the side. And I mean, both Anita as well as Elysian, that operator really proving to be a milestone around their neck. And Elysian just having the best fight, the most optimal situation for an ISO to jump into your ult. You have your shields up and your opponent has an operator. Like, what do you do?
Don't peek. I don't know, man. It's that moment, right, when you're playing games and then you're just like, hey, up mid, don't peek. You're like, I thought I could challenge it. Those moments happen a lot. But now here comes Surrenders. Once again, I am really liking their strat of playing slow. They're understanding of what Focus Sakura wants to bring to the table with this comp. They know they're gonna push here. And this time around over on B, they have the Cypher, they have a breach here. But for Ori, it's just about finding that trip. It's a kill trip. Walk into it, one wrong step means the end. But Jade, not gonna find Lini here. So it's just about finding that info, and I think Focus Sakura is doing great at denying that.
I mean, sound has been so quiet. The last few rounds, it's been a heavy side takes, quick approaches from Surrenders. This time around, a little bit more slow. Mimi makes a TP over, doesn't spot anybody, and now finally, stars come down from the Astra. A lot of players contacting up. Oh my god, Ori still gets that kill? How?
I don't even know.
That is crazy.
That is movement, man. Kexoma here, huge onto Ori. Now they're prepping for that. They have the Rolling Thunder as well, just to yeet off anyone off the map. And I think that Focus, what they don't know is that Surrenders is aware. They've positioned themselves all the way onto main. They smoke off window. And here comes Anita once again doing what she does best. Just lurking here. And Lini tries to go aggressive, punished by Elysian. Star moves onto the area, tries to challenge these fights. Anita will find Mimi on the side itself. In fact, she goes for 2. Star in a position where she goes against a 3, and all of them are already on main. That is rough. She knows Anita is close, but Anita brings death from above, and they go to an 8. Surrenders, you are surprising us with the lack of information you bring to this map.
I don't even know if they're surprising me. The way that Elysian has been playing today, it seems like they really want that rematch against Just Some Chill Girls. This is not very chill of Surrenders, but that's probably a good thing for them. Really beautiful round. I mean, last round, you could see that Focus were prepared for the retake. They had the strats, they had the playbook. Just that Anita's timing was perfect, and the lurks from her throughout this map have just been devastating. Last round was a key example of that one as well. So you got 5 sheriffs now, 2 rounds left in the half. What can you really do is the question that's being asked here of Focus Sakura, and it looks like they want to go aggressive here. They've got 2 players pushing out towards main once again. Ori holding down this elevated angle.
Huge. Unfortunately, will fall. Anita was close as well. They had like a nice crossfire. It's just unfortunate that she wasn't able to help out. Here's a Legion. Oh man, that nice pop and swing by Mimi. I feel a bit gross. That was just nasty.
Yeah, I know. Surrender is now left with a player disadvantage. They've still got the weaponry. None of these rifles have been in retrieving distance. I mean, maybe the Omen can get one towards the main, unless they toss it off the map. But yeah, B side, they opted to take the site instead where they can. Jade gonna be able to get the spike down. A 3v4 is what we're playing for right now. 1 rifle in their hands, and no one there to take contact off the tripwires. So they know for a fact they can probably go towards CT. Everyone's pushing in to this flank position, and Bobby has to be able to find the timing here. You see Jade coming back as well. No. Oh my god, it's so
Wait, it's alright. To the left, there is someone. Wait, they don't know that Bobby is there. And Bobby was inside. Yeah, timing is huge. She look at this pickoff here. Oh no, Jade is just faster. Leading answers. Here's Anita off angle play to perfection as Bobby makes a beeline for the side here. They hear the tap. Here's the gravity well. Denies a bit more space. Util dump all around. Anita swaps to the classic. Gets one in the end. What is happening? It is just chaos. Left, right, and center.
Last round before the switch.
Okay, that one looked very funny. I felt very, very bad for whoever got past Bobby there with the sheriff. The timing just not there. And Jay, you know that. You remember that moment in Champions where Tuiz was in the corner and Jogam was like right in front of him. Like they were both playing.
Oh my god, yes!
It was the same kind of vibe. Like you're right there, you see them, and then they turn around and like they stop in your face. So
yeah.
Unfortunate there for Focus Sakura. I feel like if Jade had gone down there, that could have been the retake just completely in their hands. But yeah, 9-2. They have to try and at least get this third round on the board here. They've got the weapons with which to do it, but Surrenders, the momentum is so firmly in their favor.
Hunter's Fury used so early, and Lini, she's played that corner,
Oh, no.
but already knocked down so early as well. Mimi and Karina, they answer, but Mimi's rendered so low. The double tap saves the Lesion's life a little bit longer. She's not able to break the last orb. But it's alright though, they get the plant, they have a man advantage. It's massive. Kill contract activated, didn't get anyone. They're holding out a little bit close. They have one directly in hell, one toward backside, and one on main. And I really like the Surrenders is vigilant, but Kexoma could be huge if she's able to get that right timing for that flash. But Karina, she's low. Aftershock to clear the corners here. Playing with angles. Jade, she does what she does best. In the corner here comes the shorty! It's Jade's world and we just live in it.
Wow.
Switching sides.
All right. That is a strong half coming into from Surrenders on their opponent's map pick. Focus just cannot make head or tail in that defensive half. But that's the nice thing. Abyss does tend to be a little bit attacker-sided sometimes. And if there was ever a side that they need to come back on, it's got to be right now. They've got the composition for it for sure. We're talking about how they're
Yes. This
does
should
tend
do.
to be a little bit more attacking sided, especially with
That goes
the
there.
the stuns and all of the utility that is really there in play.
Wow,
So
this is a nice
it's gonna be
one.
interesting to see how they're gonna be piloting it, and also about how Surrenders are gonna be playing this defensive side. Anita, of course,
here.
probably gonna be that hard anchor on that A side, and mid control is the biggest question mark, right? How are you gonna be playing it? And it seems to be the Astra hanging around that part of the map. You do have a fair bit of utility to work with, but I like this camp from Karina. Lots of information.
Yeah. Yeah, Nita and Karina. That's massive on how exactly to maneuver the sites. But one thing that's for sure though for Focus Sakura is that they really like this play where they go aggressive on mid, and that's huge. Jade to fall this early, but Star is only rendered down to 7 HP. The rest of FF rushing up forward here. Karina will take main contact. Immediate headshot onto Bobby. Elysian only good for one here, but they're moving away. Ori takes aggression to next level, but the flash will deny her that kill. And now Focus Sakura, they get around, but it's still a long
Please
way
stay alive.
to catch up.
I hate making new friends.
Really nicely done there. I think that, again, it's another pistol round, which was very important for this team to be able to come through, not just in terms of like round differential. You don't want them to get to 2-11, but also I think if you remember how this game started, it was Star with the ace to open things out here. So yeah, having that pistol under your belt at least gonna help a little bit in terms of confidence issues regarding this map. But yeah, despite that huge lead, Surrender is not going to be able to buy anything or don't want to buy anything. They're just going to be opting to hold on to these classics. On the opposite side, though, you do have this Marshall from Star, so could immediately find a victim. Nice peek there.
She was playing with fire. Here's Kexoma. Anita's cam got flashed.
Camera taken
Out here. Anita decides, okay, let's play a little bit more passive. Move back. Maybe get a right click to the face. That could be massive. Now Star, she's watching the right, but does she know there's two waiting onto the left side of mid area?
Two waiting. You do have this Marshall. I mean, the thing is, if somebody does push, if multiple people do push her in numbers, it's gonna be an issue. But yeah, First Blood finally found Astra to go down as well. So no more smokes for the duration of this half. And rest of Focus, they now want to concentrate on this B side as Star
my God.
holds together this rotation perfectly. Elysian in the corner, actually gonna be able to find one. Does get immediately refracted.
What a
Beautiful
shot.
Yeah.
Ari's shots
crazy.
have been disgusting today. Yeah, the plant though. Still 2-on-3.
planted.
Bit more of an aggressive stance here by Mimi. Now Ori, only 35 HP to work with. No util, no cloud burst, quick peeks all around. And she's been doing these peeks to perfection. Has been able to get away with it. Her teammate Anita is quite low as well. Okay, decides to play together here. Double swing will be huge, but Mimi, man, what a spray.
One bullet each, that's gonna do the job, and Mimi gets both of them in the same, I can't even call it a transfer at that point. Nice round there for Focus Sakura. They lose a player, but they keep all of their important weapons, and it's gonna be a nice bonus that they can put together here, starting to build up the momentum. Now they've got two Guardians, they've got a Vandal as well as a Bulldog, so yeah, second Vandal as well in the hands of Star, who has been that opening impact fragger. I think that despite the scoreline being very much in favor of Surrenders, the kills are pretty similar in terms of counts, especially with Star and Mimi starting to wake up here. Now, once again, that mid pressure going to be applied early on by this focus side. And once again, Surrenders, they aren't putting too many resources towards it. They're always just leaving one player. So that is the possible vulnerability that Focus can very easily exploit.
Man, this time around is a little bit more different. Less aggression, tried to fight mid.
no.
Karina wins this fight here. And she's starting to wake up on map 2. She's been a bit quiet in the early game, but now she's back. Util done. And Focus being very mindful that this team has the capability of playing aggressive. Ori has this nice off angle to play with. One micro angle, one headshot will be perfect. Didn't find anyone though, unfortunately. A bit too high up here, and Ori will move downwards. And Elysian is just so low right now. But already in the backside here, Ori, but playing perfectly with her teammate. She does fall in the end, but Elysian putting that wall up here, but Mimi catches her off guard, quickly takes her out, and they are going to be getting that plant. They got a plant already, excuse me. And now is a 2-1-4 retake. Now Focus Sakura, this looks to be their half, and they want to try and see if they can make this comeback. But with Surrenders only needing 3 rounds, they have to play this perfectly. Anita checks the corner, finds no one. Playing closely with her teammates here. Surrenders have been doing this good buddy system. They decide to play together, they decide to double swing together instead of getting isolated. Anita, that angle would be massive, finds one. KXoma will go for 2 in fact. And it's huge, mounting that comeback. So many rounds chained already. And Focus, they're looking to mount or just go crazy on this momentum.
Yeah, that's the bonus round that they really needed. Gonna break the economy a little bit for Surrenders, but also Focus. That's 3 rounds in a row, like you said, the momentum is starting to shift over. And the first timeout that we're seeing on this map to come out from the Surrenders side. And I mean, last round, even though they had the weapon advantage, they went for these early on peaks. Jade went down first. They were holding these aggressive angles, and Surrenders, I feel like even on that previous map on Ascent, they succeeded where they were kind of playing a little bit more passive for those site holds itself. I think that's kind of the call out that you want to make here. I know it's important to have that early information, but when your retake simulator setup does work out so well for you historically, might be a better call on this particular map, especially towards mid. I think that's the biggest vulnerability. Consistently, Focus have been able to find these opening picks on that mid area of the map. So perhaps a little bit of a thought about how better you can play it, how you can optimize your players' positions to not go down early. Yeah, and at least be tradable even if you do go down early. I think that's such a major call that Jade has to make right now.
Yeah. Aw, look at that little wingman just peeking out there under the mic. So
just
cute.
like me when I smell good food.
What? I was not expecting that. Oh man, I also did not know. Thank you, production, for showing me this part of the map that I have did not know. Is that what, jail cells?
It looks like Arkham Asylum. Like, you
No,
know.
you know what it looks like? You know the you know Lilo and Stitch, where Stitch is held.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, like, you know, maybe we'll find a little Stitch, I don't know, what do you call them? A bobblehead or something in the corner. Mimi now holding the same angle. Ori held. Gonna be pushed back, a lot of chip damage done, and this 3-prong push actually works out here in terms of numbers. They're gonna be able to push Mimi back, but that leaves A side a little bit more vulnerable, and it seems like Focus have picked up on it. You have 2 players, but with these smokes going down, with the weaponry not being the greatest, how are you gonna find value off the back of it? Especially with this trip gonna be broken.
No way.
It is up to the Sheriff, but no, not against the sliding Neon, unfortunately.
Spike planted.
Hard to deal with. Bobby will break that trip here. Immediately as the smoke dissipates, the rest of the Focus Sakura also does onto main.
Right here.
Jade playing a little bit more back here,
Deploying
looking to let that owl drone out, and it does. There's out the bottom of backside. They know there's Leany close. Now it's just a matter of pop and swing. 1, 2, 3, 1. Perfectly played together with the uppercut. And now Star is here. And here comes the Rolling Thunder, putting in the damage, putting in the pain. Bobby good for 1. Can she go for more? Look at the streams. It's huge. They've already wasted time.
Oh my God.
She's gotten 2 headshots. 1 through the wall. But the timing is just not on their side despite the heroics. And what a clutch. That timeout looks good, but Focus Sakura is just looking better.
Clean shots from Ori, but that was an eco run from Surrenders, and they managed to bait out that Rolling Thunder. They managed to do a lot of damage, take these players down. Now Operator gonna be present on both of these jets here, and ultimate-wise, at least, there's not much less in the post plan in the tank for Focus Sakura. They could get the Blade Storm online though for Star pretty easily on. that said, look at this round here. Beautiful opening from Leonie. And then, of course, this shot coming in from Star with the Outlaw. I think they needed that Rolling Thunder to convert it, so it was lucky that they had it, but beautiful shots from Ori towards the end there.
Honestly, those shots were terrifying. I think from that ace, we're getting like a second a second helping of that on this map. But for now, here's Star peeking this early. With oh my gosh, this is terrifying. One wrong peek and it might be the end here. But Elysian, she's making sure that her presence is not known. She's not even popping her util at all, her shield. They're being very patient. Lini walking up. I think they already know that there's a trip there somewhere. This time around, it's a little bit more higher place. They break it immediately. They go for the peek, but the smoke will give a little more space for Elysian to work with here. But the rest of surrenders are not going aggressive.
Wow.
Anita will win that. In fact, a flicks outwards onto Mimi? What is that? The kill contract will kidnap Star. Round 2 here as Elysian just waits for the right moment. And Elysian playing the strafes, breaks her shield, finally gets the hit shot. A KX Soma will fall as well despite that pick off onto Anita. But Jade, or 2 in fact, saves the round. And after many rounds in a row, surrenders finally get around on this half.
My ult is ready.
Really nicely done there. Anita with 2 opening on the site. You puts the neural theft down, creates that pressure, and of course, once again, this is like, I'm sorry, it's really funny. This is the second time that Elysian has caught Star with an operator in that ultimate. It's just funny that it's happened twice on the same map already. Now, Focus, the ones to call the timeout. Not much margin for error. We're talking about this Tash. You only have 2 more rounds where you can afford to make mistakes. After that surrenders, they're going to be taking their opponent's map pick in their pocket, and map 3 is once again a surrenders, but you don't want to go down to 3-0 in this grand final, or lower final, so it's going to be important for Focus to pull things together. Once again, timeout, kind of a last chance to make that happen. They still got the resources, they've got the money to buy in at the very least, and I mean, sure, they might not have the ultimates aside from the Neon one, but the Neon ult can be good enough to crack open things, especially since this is probably the last time Neon will be such a pain to play against.
Yeah, honestly, in this situation, I think that Focus Sakura, this was the reason why they chose this map. This half here, this attacking half, how they play together with the breach, with the flash, with the rolling thunder, with the aftershock to clear those corners. But at the same time, you really gotta give it to to Star as well. I think what's really great about looking at Star is how aggressive she can be, either on defense or on attack. How she has that how she's just very, I would say, aggressively and very confidently taking these fights. And I think toward attacking side is where I start to see Karina come online as well, especially in that first half where she's a little bit more quiet.
Operator gonna be put down towards mid. And that's been a point of contact for a lot of the rounds here. Jade now popping that early Hunter's Fury, actually gonna be able to find 1 kill completely. And now Ori almost catches Karina.
I was so sure she was gonna peek there.
Me too. Like, it was a surprise. Look at this. It's just a operator Mexican standoff in mid, neither wanting to overextend. Yeah, they're just gonna be chilling there.
I think we've seen a lot of these mid ops, right? I think this is what, like, the second, third time from both duelists here. There is a lot of contention coming up to this area, and I'm not surprised.
Still, Focus already a player down. That Hunter's Fury really popping off huge. Now Neono's finally gonna be popped. We were talking about the overdrive and the value you could find here. Already you're gonna spot out the Astra. Not much that you can really do as Lini slides in and dices you apart. Even Elysian doing their best. Gets a second as well.
Down A.
Oh my god, all of these ults being invested. Beautifully done, and it's just Star in a 1v4.
Yep. You know what? Not even a 1v4. Gets shut down that quickly? Oh my goodness! But honestly, that round was all just Elysian. How she played with her double tap, how she strafed left, right, and center. The reposition was huge. And she, like, yeah, Lini was great at that first contact, but breaking that backside, it was almost impossible.
That goes there.
It was impossible. They didn't make it past Elysian. Like, Elysian got 2 kills there, and immediately there was backup. You know, I heard the Blade Storm being popped by Ori. Coming up, flying in. I think he also had Bobby come over. So all that rotation was coming in for Surrenders. Now at match point on this map number 2. If they can win it here, it's gonna leave them 1 map away from that grand final rematch against Just Some Chill Girls. Already though, Focus. I mean, they've been able to come back from worse before. They need 6 rounds in a row on this map. This is the attacking side, where they were able to find 3 or 4 rounds in a row here, but now let's go into this B side. Anita has her full setup here. And you also have 2 more players just lying in wait, including Elysian. Double tap, ready to be tapped here, and already able to get that first kill, or rather Star gets that first kill. Cypher down.
That's massive just now. They played together with that uppercut as well. Now, uppercut sent out once again. No follow-ups. But the positions of Focus Sakura this time, you're putting Karina onto mid area. A big, I would say, wrap round is what they want to do here. Catching anyone to the mid area. But the rest of Surrenders, they're trying to go for this retake. 1 close, 2 toward danger side. They go for that shield, a big swing, and unfortunately, her teammate was not ready and in sync to just swing with her here. Jade from behind the shadows here. But the neural theft will be used. Every single location has been revealed. 1 more to worry about. It's Jade. Sorry, it's Bobby. And it's a flawless round for Focus. Sakura Surrenders could do nothing to kind of do that retake.
Yeah, they just had no space to come into it, especially with Anita being taken down so early on. They're not that Cypher info or the trips to play off of here. So Focus, I mean, that kind of round is exactly what they need to try and bring this map back here. 7-12, it's only 5 rounds that stand between them, and they have the money to do it at the very least. Thunder as though a little bit more in an awkward position. No backup in the bank already. Bobby forced to play with only Bulldog here. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a question mark as to how much more damage you can really do. Again, this B side, it worked out last time. Why fix what ain't broken? Seems to be Focus Sakura is kind of key here. And again, early peak. Jade actually gonna be able to find the kill. That is huge as a first blood.
Yeah.
Go, go, go.
All they have to do is just pick one off and then just move out the way. And now this time, for Focus, they are making a beeline to another side here. They have to go somewhere else. But Karina wins this fight. Ori did not even stand a chance. Just pay, at least kind of trade out with their life a little bit, but it's not enough to take her down here. Immediately clears out 1 corner. The trip has been activated. They wall bang her to smithereens. But the same could be said about Anita. Traded out almost so quickly. And this time, Rolling Thunder activated. They have a lot of space onto that side. And now it's down for those retakes here. Surrenders. They want to try and wrap this game up with the ribbon, but they still have to tie it up. The loose ends are not done yet. Cage denying that space. Backside, they have 1 person to worry about in the corner, smoked off as well here. And they still have to worry if there's someone going in for that flank. 1, 2, 3, swinging together. Mimi, timing is just truly on her side. Catches her as she makes a beeline out of the smokes. Legion left alone, trying to go for that retake. 2 more people to worry about. Immediately undercuts, buys that space. And this time around, she barely gets hit by that aftershock. The swing from Karina and her teammate will deny her the round. Is down to 8, and whatever huge lead the Surrender had in the first half, almost negligent.
I thought for a second that Elysian was just going to be able to stick it under their noses, but yeah, I mean, despite Jade getting this early kill, really nice damage there done by Zoma, as well as a double kill from Mimi towards the end. I mean, Elysian, nice try, almost did get it through, but in the end, it is going to be 8-12, 4 rounds now standing between them, and Surrenders don't have the money in this particular one. This is the chance for Focus to be able to break through and get themselves a 9 and 10, get closer to pushing this to overtime here. Focus though, I mean, Surrender is looking to actually get aggressive. Yeah, exactly. They want to take this early mid space, but not the weapon you want in that kind of range. That's a massacre.
Yeah, that was just bloody. Here comes Jade. No shots, gets 1 onto Mimi, runs. 19 HP, surviving by the skin of her teeth. It's looking bad right now for Surrenders. You can see that they're just trying to make these early picks, early pushes. Here's Bobby in the smokes. 1 right click to the head is massive, but Lini, she had a shorty to play with. Random like a book. All positions already shown already, but I don't think that Focus Sakura are even worried about that. Anita, despite her efforts, will fall. Jade only good for 1. They go to a 9, 3 more rounds to bring it to overtime, and Focus Sakura, they're just taking it round by round, and it's starting to look very good. But here comes a timeout from Surrenders.
Second timeout being called by them. Remember, this was a 2-10 half, and now it's 9-12. Really on this attacking side, Focus showing excellence. A little bit of a couple of mistakes being made here by the Surrender side as well, but I mean, that was an eco round. They get at least a couple of damage here. I'm sorry, watching the Neo jump in with a shorty is just really funny to me. I don't know why, but yeah, now focus. 3 rounds, all that stands between them and being able to push this to overtime, maybe have another chance at taking this map in their own pocket. And I mean, Surrenders, the last time that they did win or play this map at all, it did go to OT as well. So perhaps history kind of on their side in that aspect. That said, though, 3 rounds, 3 chances to close it out here. That was an eco they just had, so they're gonna have the ultimates. They've got the kill contract, they've got the cosmic divide. They also do have the weaponry, so this is a chance for them to be able to close it out. But once again, Lini has been really active in this attacking half here, and once again, she's gonna be the one to have that overdrive. And we've seen how devastating it can be, especially when your breach is there to stun everybody into oblivion for you.
Yeah, this is the round. The Surrenders want to try and win here. They do have Ori with the blades. They have full shields. Actually, no, it's not blades. They're gonna go for an op even. Now, Ori and Star are the 2 players I think my eyes are on them. I think toward the mid area here, we saw so many times they had a Mexican standoff. We saw an op battle on mid. It was just really exciting stuff. But this time around, they aren't positioned on mid. In fact, look at the position of Karina. She's placed herself all the way onto A, looking to see if anyone were to peek out early. But it's a little bit more passive onto B site here for the rest of Surrenders.
Quiet on the western front, and I mean, alright, Jade actually gonna be getting the Hunter Sphere as well, so 3 huge ults here. They managed to clear out A main as well, so they know that B is likely the site to come. Bit of a default play, watching for a mid push in the beginning at least. The lurk hasn't really been caught out, I think, so that's one more thing, but Operator in Ori's hands. Swing gonna be coming through very soon, and that's the collapse!
Oh, this early, Ori's positioned themselves a little bit back, so that's huge. They were not expecting that angle. They were just watching for that spot on top of the front side of that box. Now, Karina here, she's gonna go a little bit more adventurous, pushing all the way up onto main. I'm not sure if the rest of Surrenders actually heard her footsteps. I don't think so, but still, onto heaven here. Karina shots onto Bobby, but Bobby's not reacting. She knows that Jade is close by, all the way onto backside. The rest are focused. All right, straight onto site. They lost 2 players already, but it's not unwinnable. But still, 3 ults for Surrenders to work with here. Catching Jade in the middle of putting out her util, that's just unlucky. Here's Ori. Kill contract gonna kidnap 1 here. It's gonna be Mimi. Gonna be most likely the player to win it, and she does! Here comes Karina as well! They equalize the numbers, but Surrenders gets it in the end! A close call for Focus Sakura to bring it to a 10, but can't do more than that. Surrenders, you have not to win.
2 out of 3 done already. 1 map ball that stands between them and the grand final here against Just Some Chill Girls, and Focus now 2 maps down. I mean, they woke up towards the end on this one, but 2 to 10 is just so difficult to come back from here, and they just aren't able to do it. I mean, the scoreboard as well, it's just Surrenders with those role swaps having an absolutely ballistic game. Jade once again gonna be the MVP for the side, but Anita is stepping up huge, I think, compared to that map number 2. The Cypher Soa swap around really working out.
Yeah, it's looking massive. And honestly, in this situation, you know, I was expecting a little bit more from a lot of the, I think from what I wanted to see from, I think, the lurkers. And I think we got that, but in a lot of situations, I don't blame them for not being able to go for those lurks, because I think it's already established from map 1 till here that both teams are extremely vigilant. But Anita, I really gotta give it to her. Every time they get a site, she decides, okay, let's go around Abyss in, I don't know, in less than a round. Suddenly you catch Star off guard onto Heaven side. What can you do?
Around Abyss in 80 days, like at this point, like she should be writing her own book, How to Lurk, a professional Cypher's manual, because that entire map was really well played by her. But the rest of the team as well, they were really good at staggering those ults, being prepared for their opponent's ults, whether it was the breach ults or the overdrive. Like whenever Focus did have some kind of like ace in the hole, these guys were prepared for it. And I mean, yes, you had heroic rounds coming in, like that final round, the collab from Ori, for example. Most of the time, it was a team effort. And I think that even though they started off with a huge lead, like shout out to Focus, they were able to make it look close at least. But now 0 to 2, one map, all that is standing between you and your grand final, and it is a map that you chose as well. So surrenderers, they got to be feeling good about themselves heading into this map 3 here. Either way, though, before we do go into a map 3, we will be taking a very short break. So go get your water, get hydrated, because I need water after that game. Like, that was so
Yeah,
intense.
truly. See you guys later.
One down. Yikes.
One enemy remains. 30 seconds left. Hey.
Dusted. Died.
One enemy remains.
Silence.
Ground. Hedge.
Spike. One enemy remains.
Stayed.
Spike down. One enemy remaining. One enemy. One enemy remaining. Player standing.
My ultimate.
We defend.
Welcome back, everyone. Focus Sakura still trying to find their way back into the game as Surrender start off strong now with a 2-0. Let's see whether or not they can tie off the knots and go lead with a 3. Regardless, I'm Tashmani alongside Zach as well as her special assistant. Please say hi to...
Nyx, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
Nyx the cat, aka the Chupacabra, because all she does is seem to want to steal my boyfriend's chicken. But yes, she has stepped in to give her deep analytical thoughts. You know, since this is the Wingwoman series, I decided to bring along my own Wingwoman who seemed to want treats. So yeah, she's here to give her deep, insightful thoughts. Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to share?
What's she saying? Nyx, what do you have to say about that match? A 2-0.
Yeah.
Do you think the comeback's gonna happen? It's a lot of mlems there.
I don't know if you can hear her. Yeah, I think she wants to see more exciting games like the ones that we have been seeing. But yeah, all right, that's her analysis done. She has had her fair share of the treats. So back to serious Valorant here. I mean, looking at what we have seen so far from Surrenders, they have definitely got the momentum in their favor. They had a 10-2 to start off with. Even though Focus were able to come back a little bit on that Abyss map, things were still a little bit. They seem to be always playing this catch-up game. You know, first map they had a good first half, close first half, and then second half it just slides through. Second game is the opposite. They have a bad first half, they make that comeback, but the damage has been done. So third map now once again Surrender's territory. I do believe according to the map leader we're going to be headed to Bind here. And I mean, you're already down 2 maps. It's going to be very difficult for Focus Sakura to keep the mental that they really need.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's really honestly exciting for me is the fact that for Focus, they have quite a number of games played here. I think from Bind just now, we were expecting Focus Sakura to take the lead just because they had more reps onto that map. But there are these moments of like, you can just see pure surprise, the lack of VODs available for the games. And I think that Surrenders have done a great job of taking advantage of this situation, the lack of info, the element of surprise that they can bring to the table, and that's just massive and just really, really huge. Surrenders as well, I think another key factor for them is just that insane sharpshooting. Yeah, we can see it from Focus Sakura as well, but for Surrenders, it's like, yeah, you have a player that's not necessarily on the board, Bobby XO, especially toward the last map, but their impact lies elsewhere. It's not necessarily in the number of kills. It might just be in the denial of space, the smokes, the cosmic divide. We just cannot really tell. And I think that that's what's really making the team tick. It's just that I feel like for Surrenders, it all comes down to the set plays, the timings, on how exactly they want to go for these swings, how exactly they play together. And that's a key factor for a lot of their success.
Definitely agree with you on all those points. And Bobby especially, I mean, yeah, they just haven't been taking any engagements because they are the backup plan. Like, if everybody else fails, it is going to be Bobby with the util. Yeah, you got to put those gravity wells down. You got to make sure they can't touch the spike. So that has been the case so far. Bobby is the backup plan, and the rest of Surrenders, they are having an absolute blast playing. Either way, though, we have map 3 ready to go. We've got the agent select coming up here. So let's see what we're going to be seeing on Bind. I mean, Raze makes complete sense, as does the Brimstone. But look at this. Star finally switching over from the Jet to the Yoru here. You've got the double duelist versus the double initiator.
I feel like we've seen this comp before. The Raze Yoru.
That's just Paper X.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they managed to satchel the clone once again.
Not again.
I mean, imagine. I need a remake of that. Come on now. That was iconic. But anyways, coming back to a more serious conversation here. Surrenders did play this map, I think it was a few days ago. It was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was yesterday. Against Formulation GC. And they managed to take it 13-8. And I think it's very exciting looking at this. I think that this comp actually works. And also, you got your wish, Zach! A gecko!
Finally, after all the talking about Wingman and Wingwoman, we got the gecko coming into play here, which is going to be very nice to watch. I mean, I think that
I'm
gecko
looking
also
at Zach
has...
just manhandle her cat, just carry her.
Hey, she likes her spot, okay? She has like this, I have like this copy of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that she uses as like her pillow to sleep on. So yeah, that's just her corner. She gets to go there and sleep in peace.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, anyways, tell me a little bit more about the game, Formulation GC and Surrenders yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it was the kind of the deciding game to see who was gonna come through that bracket to make it through to this lower final. And I mean, that was also a very clean 2-0. Bind was the second map of play, and I mean, formulation, they made it close. They managed to get to 8 here, but surrenders, especially once they swapped over to that defensive side, they just looked incredibly strong. This kind of composition really does do a lot for the defense. And like you said, it was also formulation who were running that raise as well as Yoru in tandem. They just weren't able to really use it to break open the sites. So I'm hoping that that's an error that hopefully Focus have been able to look at and rectify heading into this particular one. And I mean, for surrenders, the thing is that the Gecko as well as the Viper, because you have this double controller comp, you can really make some plays by flashing through your own smokes and stuff. And that's a lot of what we saw yesterday as well, which I think is something that Focus is going to have to be very careful about.
I mean, if we look at the other side of the coin, we're looking at yesterday as well here, Focus Sakura and just some chill girls. Focus Sakura struggled on this map, especially because some chill girls did start on defense. I mean, the only time that Focus Sakura did start to, I think, mount, is their numbers in rounds is toward their defense side. But by that time, I think just some chill girls had mounted this huge lead that it was just so hard for Focus Sakura to come back from. It was very, very reminiscent of what we saw in the last map, right?
Especially, I mean, I think Sakura is capable of coming back in these kind of situations, but I think the problem that they struggle with is avoiding being in those situations in the first place. And I think when you're down 2 maps, it's going to be very important for you to find that early lead, find that early momentum and head start here. And I'm hoping that this double duelist comp is going to, make things possible in that regard. I think that both Nini as well as Star especially have been great in finding those first kills, even though it was a 2-10 half. Star was able to find a lot of value in terms of those first kills, even on that previous map of Abyss. So hoping that both Nini and Star together can continue to kind of be the damage dealers on this team. And I think that the rest of Focus as well, they're going to have to step up. I mean, Mimi is consistent in terms of numbers, but it was a quieter game last time around for both Zoma as well as Karina. So it has to be a team-wide step up here. And I mean, I'm just impressed with the range of the Focus the Surrenders players here. Elysian, first map playing over on that initiator role, second map playing on the Omen, switching over to the controller of Viper this time around, which is more of like a pseudo sentinel, and then the ISO in the middle. Anita as well, right? You go from Soma to Cypher to Gecko.
It's hard to pinpoint, right? Like what to expect, because every single player in every single role is so different. Like what can you expect?
I think from what we've seen from Elysian, they're happy to take those quick, aggressive peaks and do, go for those peaks no matter what they are playing. So it's sad to see, like, especially with this Viper, you have a lot of lurk value. You have that conditioning that can be done on that A side with that wall going down. Is somebody crossing it and walking up with it? Is it just like someone faking it? Is it just one player hanging around or multiple? So a lot of cues that can be given away. And already you see that wall coming down towards A short as well. It seems like Surrenders, they want to go in towards this A side, at least in the first round of this map. And I mean, for Focus, the one good thing is so far, at least I think they're higher in terms of pistol wins. They've gotten 3 out of the last 4.
It's a very, very deep smoke. They want to deny space really early. But the positions of Surrenders is very interesting here. Smokes off immediately toward lamps, forces their player out of the way. Immediately that util comes through here, and they get the plant as well. Grenades onto one side, just to clear off. But for Focus, Sakura, their play in mind is to go for those flanks. Now, as Anita falls, do they know that Elysian is close? No, they don't. Mimi, next one to fall. And she's just forced out there by that paint shells. Now for Star, cannot see anyone on that side here. Surrenders are just staying as quiet as they can. Another snake bite just to deny them a little bit more space. They come through here, but this corner is in favor of Ori, and she goes for 2. Finally, Star will flush her down. Time slowly ticking, but 3 more players to worry about. This is the layers I'm talking about here. 1 toward Showers, 1 toward U-Haul, 1 on Mean. They're just gonna swing in from both sides, and just like that, Surrenders gets the pistol.
Get the pistol. I think this is like one of the first times we're seeing them win the pistol to open off the map here. Usually it's been like Focus who do it, so A little bit unfortunate in that regard for Focus, but Surrenders, great start. 2 maps down, you win the pistol, you start off strong here, and now you got 3 weapons that are being purchased. The rest of the players just opting to hold on to those sheriffs. Not too much of an investment, and you know, I saw Star going in for the Bucky, but now opting to just hold on to these pistols instead. So for Surrenderers, it seems like they're going to be going to attack that B side. You know, the rotation has come over from Focus to kind of anchor down on that A. Once again, these deep smokes come in, but I don't know if they're going to be helping much in these rounds where there is like a weapon disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm not just waiting for that smoke to dissipate. See, I noticed that Surrenders like to do these really deep smokes, deny long, deny short. But now they're saying, okay, you know what? We have our Trailblazer, walks it out, finds nothing close, and immediately the wall goes up. Now, if they were to cross, it could spell doom. Denies a lot of vision here. But the rest of Focus Sakura on A, they think that it might be a fake. They're not rotating quite yet here. But one flash is all they need to just really quickly explode onto the side. Wall bangs onto forward, finds nothing. They go up here. Legion, what is that shot? Straight onto KX Soma's face. She wants more. She's hungry for blood. But the rest of the players, they're just waiting here. Legion might go a little bit more aggressive. They go for the flash, but you know what? Decides to say, okay, lack of information means we go straight onto the side, TPs forward.
30 seconds
The rest
left.
of Focus Sakura who haven't moved, it's huge. Now that timing is gonna be massive by that Brimstone as well. Legion walks up here, but my god, Lini cannot even compete, even with a shotgun in hand. But the same could be said by Bobby, Mimi. They were not expecting her to come through from flank that way. Now it's down to those members. Mimi, she equalizes the numbers. Karina as well. Elysian. Now it's a 2 versus 3. Surrenders with man advantage here. They do have the guns. They can go for the sprays. But it's the headshots I have to worry about here. Ori, timing is huge. Gonna throw that nade. Makes a beeline for U-Haul. Jade is there just to catch them as they go through.
Oh, wow.
And a headshot onto Star. They spray through smokes. And they get the round, but at the cost of 3 guns.
Not too bad. Like, they only lose 1 Bulldog or 1 Guardian. I think they're able to... I mean, yeah, they lose other Sheriffs as well, but overall, it's still a pretty impressive round, especially when you consider that Focus were able to keep the numbers advantage. But yeah, like you said, the bonus not going to look very substantial this time around. Malaysian charging up that Viper's Pit could be a huge win con in the upcoming rounds. And Ori doing the damage as well. Going to be very, very close to that showstopper that the rate she's going at. You can see that by the time the Byron comes around, you might have both of these ults available for play. Gecko ult as well charging up. Thrash could be, you know, a point of contention in the upcoming rounds here. But for now, it is just going to be Lini. Boopbot finding the kill later. Lini herself does it, but that mistake, that might be a mistake by Star. Ori, how did she get 2?
She wants more here. Her teammates are there to give her a little bit more space, but her teammates stuck in the corner. A pop flash to the face. They are forced to move back here. They're playing very close. Shieldblades are broken, but Bobby's headshot is just massive. KX Soma falls. The same could be said about Lini here. The corner, the right click to the face. Jade, beautifully played there as well with that, with the snake bite just to deny her a bit more space. But here comes Mimi. No clue where the other members are. A 1-on-3. Must be rough. But they still have 54 seconds to go. And they're trying to sell this fake. But Focus Sakura, they're not buying it.
Launching smoke.
Mimi, gonna put down those smokes. Deny a bit more space, and just like that, Bobby as well has a Vandal in hand. It's not gonna be an easy round for Mimi here. But for Mimi, one of her strengths have been those gunfights, those duels. She can isolate them. But with the lack of sound, it's going to be a problem.
Launching smoke.
They ping the A side already. They smoke off 1 corner, but they have no clue that she's going in from that flank. But triple is where they have their eyes on here. Mimi waiting. The plant is there. Finds no one. Decayed already worn off as well. So, what Mimi's gonna do here, perhaps is try to catch them off guard through those smokes. Does she have any idea that someone inside of the smokes toward showers? Bobby, what is that? Ew.
Looks a little bit awkward for a second. I thought that Mimi might be able to find the sky past Bobby, but yeah, Bobby towards the last second actually able to catch them off guard. And I mean,
Crouch and crab walked.
Yeah, it was like the, you know, that walking white joy meme. But honestly, this is where the round kind of like fell apart because, you know, you had the TP crunch play attempt coming through, but already able to find 2 there somehow and just being able to get that sheriff kill as well. I think Bobby's kill there really helping keep the round alive and help keep Jade alive as well. So 3-0 right now. Surrender is off to a strong start and a complete pistol round here. A stack towards that B site, in fact. Already early push coming out and you've got players watching for it. Contact gonna be taken here by the Brimstone first of all. Bobby
Ooh,
not gonna be able to find
falls.
anything. Yeah, but Karina gets caught.
Very early. There were like fights happening in so many parts as well. Stim done, and it immediately is a great push, explosive even, onto the A site. Leanie will be found. The judge will be thrown off guard as well. But here comes Leanie as well. Good shot to the face. Ori to fall. But Aisha's Coma coming in from inside of teleport. Good for one. But Elysian is waiting here. She does have a Phantom in hand to play with. But for Leanie, not gonna be easy. Swaps the gun. Has a Sheriff in hand to play with, so long range, short range can play.
No.
Elysian was waiting. Now for KX Soma, hard to get onto site. She's vulnerable. She has to wait for the snake bite to go away. Time might not be in her favor, but so is her head as Elysian just quickly pops it.
Really nice utility there from Elysian, as well as position. Like, she was constantly moving around the site, taking those fights in positions you weren't expecting her, like the kill she got against Leanie here. So, very unfortunate there for Focus. I think they might want to take a timeout, especially with their Byron coming in, but for Surrenders, right? They have been so good at just playing the map, getting that opening pick, and then rotating.
Whew. Surrenders. Looking aggressive, especially Ori and Elysian. This deadly duo is just devastating. Headshots all around, explosive as ever. And interesting enough for Jade, her util has actually been boosted by that stim beacon as well. Anytime the smoke's here! But only good for one. Traded off almost immediately, but the same goes as Bobby is there to kind of band-aid the situation as well. The trade potential from Surrenders is huge. Immediately you get a pick, you not gonna get away with it that easily. You will pay with it for your life. But inside of halls here, haven't planted it yet. Just waiting for the other members of Sakura to kind of reconvene, play together. They finally get it in the end. But for the rest of Focus Sakura, perhaps it's just waiting for the right timing, waiting for the smokes to dwindle. Good to find Jade. Ori finds Karina in the end. Playing inside of Tube here. Might be dangerous, but Elysian is good to find one. Star is not going to be able to pick her fights as she's crunched from two different angles.
Yeah, Surrenders, I mean, it looked a little bit dicey there with the two players walking into elbow. Both the duelists actually able to find damage, but not going to be able to stop Surrenders. They get the post plant, they have the positioning, and again, the adaptation to, you know, push deeper into side, watch for CT, play on side itself instead of playing for that long post plant, knowing that you have control of these positions. That's just really, really nicely played. Even with the mistime there, the free kill given away, Ori and Elysian both stepping up huge for those trades. And now they invested the showstopper in the last round, but look at this. They've got the orbital strike as well as the Viper spin available along with the thrash if they want to use it for this upcoming round here. You still do have enough money for a buy in the hands of Focus Sakura, but you have 4 ults, you have everything you need, but you have to win this. Otherwise, Surrenders, they're going to get that huge momentum buff early on once again, and 5-0 is bad enough, but you can't let them get further away than that.
I really don't want that. I think in this situation, right, I feel like for Surrenders, it's just really hard to pinpoint where they are. As soon as you think that they're going to be hitting a site, they go for a TP. And if they don't go for a TP, Focus Sakura, they're not able to have their players rotate so quickly because of the amount of times that this team has just sort of like done these fakes. So you really got to gamble on how exactly you want to deal with the Surrenders. But one thing about Surrenders that's been huge is that, yeah, you have one player going for the lurk, but it's not going to be all the time.
Depends on whether it's going to be the case this time. I mean, post timeout, what strategies have you implemented? And it seems to be a very heavy stack towards this A side. Good read to come through. Surrender is still wanting to push the issue. And you've got 4 ults here, starting off with the thrash here for the side control. Not going to be spotting anybody around U-Haul, but you do have Ori going so aggressive early on. In fact, it's going to be Star to find that first kill.
Oh man, get some barbecue as well there, Mimi. Forced to TP as well. Elysian holding strong onto U-Haul. They were not expecting that. But through the smokes,
no
Mimi!
way.
What a hold! dodges that flash right in the nick of time, getting two as they hopped out. Quick reactions all around here by Elysian. She moves away from the TP, waiting for the right time. She is sharp as ever. Look at the amount of damage she's put onto Mimi. And now, almost thought about popping that pit there, but in a 1v4, it's a little bit more to ask. And now she's crunched. Moves away from the flash. Wall bangs all around here. Good for one, but does she know there's two behind her is the question. Jumps down.
30 seconds
1,
left.
2, 3. There are their footsteps already
wow.
heard, and KX Soma will be the one to find her in the end. They get around and they convert the timeout.
They get it done, and I mean, nice try by Elysian, of course, but I think that was just well played by side of Focus after, you know, the timeout there, especially this double kill by Mimi, just absolutely devastating. Beautifully done. That cat sound is so cute. Like, my cat literally looked up to see what the heck that was. But
You know, there was like a conversation the other day. Which sound is more annoying, the cat or the air horn?
the cat. I love the cat, but I'm sorry. That is the sound of a cat who is really annoyed, like somebody's cat who stepped like on a tail or something. It's not like a cute cat. It's not like a meow or something. It's like a what the heck are you doing type thing. So you know, yeah, my cat is just staring at me like I'm a psycho.
It's a spicy cat sound for sure.
Demon cat.
Now Trailblazers straight to her showers there. Jade, knowing it's clear, knows one is near bench as well. So instead of really fully going for it, they have access to the orb as well. But here comes the party. Anti-flash ready. Unfortunately for Elysian, she will heat the rocket straight to the face. But Ori, she has a different entry point. But for Focus, it's all about just trying to get those crossfires set up there, and Ori was not ready for someone to quickly peek out of U-Haul. And now Anita, she's moving up next, breaks the clone, and Star, her position is enough to give away one, but Bobby good for two, but Lee is the one to go aggressive and big here, 2 rounds in a row, and Focus Sakura, they're building that momentum.
Okay.
Really needed it, and this time around they're catching it early on here. I think that kill onto Illusion was huge showstopper, really finding immense value. And the thing is, Ori, because of the explosive round, because of the explosive rounds the Raze has already, Lini able to charge things further up here. 2 more kills available, and you still do have this Yoru ult, you know, for some information for whatever you'd like to do it for. So there are still some ults on both of these sides that could be useful. Elysian still hasn't had a chance to put that Viper spit down, so that is something else to consider to boot. That said, well, Surrender's fast, heavy approach hasn't worked out these last few rounds, so a bit more of the quieter take. Already, though, Dimensional Drip popped early on here for the info. Completely clears out A short. Spots a couple of players, but Star not going to come out of it. In fact, just making some noise and falling back. Oh, wow.
Ooh, what a shot!
Filthy.
That was the tiniest of a sliver of a pixel there. Now they're flashed already. Mimi in the corner cannot hold this time around, but Karina is there at least to kind of like help out. But for now, Lini as well. She's joining in the fight, coming in from the area of lamp. Sorry, excuse me, hookah. And Elysian wins that fight. Lini cannot do anything with that op in hand. Now for Star, coming in here. They come in from 2 different separate areas. Has that flash. Decoy sent out, already flashed out, but cannot follow up because of that snake bite. It's already dissipated. Karina making her way back onto the site already. 1 tap is all she needs, but Elysian good to find Star, but can she find the other 2 is the question. Quick reload. But 2 different angles to worry about. Gets the tap. The other members of Surrenders, they're not showing themselves. Immediately, there comes the orbital strike, but here is where things get a bit tricky. The headshot from Bobby herself.
Elysian was so crucial in that previous round, whether it was the double trade that she found or just the snake fight, the utility coming out throughout the entire site. I mean, her also coming in with that late lurk to find that kill onto Lini was kind of what regained that hookah control, and overall just a great round coming in from Surrenderers to get themselves to 6. They didn't have to burn the orbital strike there, so that's 1 less ult that Focus have to worry about. And Focus, they still do have some things in the bank, including this Viper Spit from Karina. I don't know if we're going to be seeing it early on here, or if it's going to be invested more as a retake kind of ult, but now Surrenderers, they do look like they do want to contest onto this A side, and there are 3 players who want to fight for it from Focus, they're not going to be making those kind of proactive plays. It's more about like them crouching, holding these crossfires and denying space for Surrenders. And I think Surrenders realize this. You know, they're like, all right, you know, the fast takes haven't served us well in the 2 rounds that we lost. Let's take it a little bit more slow.
This situation, I think what Surrenders have a pit to work with. I don't think that they've been able to use that for quite some time. Star, quick peek into showers, and she's granted ahead, and it's Ori's. Leany here as well. Now, the Surrenders left scratching their heads, nowhere to play. But Anita is going to try and equalize there. Star knocked down. Still another 4 players to worry about. Making their way straight onto the side as well. Karina, quickly just going to deny that space with the snake bite. And Dizzy as well sent out. I don't think they got anyone here. They're waiting for the smokes to dissipate. And the plant will be denied. Elysian, go for the peek here. Has to be careful. Playing a dangerous game. And the other members of Focus, they're forced to retreat. But Karina is going to deny that plant one more time. They get the plant finally in the end. The smokes are huge. But for Focus, they're looking great on those retakes with Mimi and Karina. And on top of that, making her use her util before it pops, that is just unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a counter timeout call by Surrenders after that, especially with Elysian having invested that Viper's Pit that unfortunately didn't go up in time. So that's also an economical back foot that unfortunately Surrenders are going to be on right now. Not the greatest buy available. Of course, all these isolated fights, they find so much value. And we were talking about Karina as well. What a great side anchor she was in that first map. So this round again, she's able to step up to do the same thing. A lot of these fights could have gone the other way. Like Mimi, for example, only had like 11 HP left, but now Focus, they're finally gonna be equal to keep this operator going. Leany has been finding value off of it. They have their own ult shaping up once again, the second cycle of them, including the orbital strike, as well as 3 away from the showstopper. So both of these could be coming into play in the next couple of rounds. But on the other hand, right, only the Thrash is active from Anita. She's been able to charge it up with that consistent spike plants coming through, but aside from that, you don't really have much to work with in this round. You use your Viper's Pit. You only have 1 hero rifle, it seems like. And I don't think you're going to be using the Thrash unless it's like a 1v1 kind of situation.
The Thrash as well. I mean, other times as well, I think what's really great about Focus is understanding that every time a util comes through, they're so quick to break it, whether it be a Trailblazer, whether it be Dizzy, it's broken immediately, loses its effectiveness, and we haven't really seen an answer from Surrenderers about that quite yet. Regardless, as we go into this round here, I think, yeah, this is a bit of an early, I would say, timeout. But at the same time, I think they could be preparing for 2 rounds ahead when they finally have a bye in the next one.
100%. I mean, economy going to be such a huge factor in this game, seeing how it's playing out so far. Now, though, it seems like they are going to be investing that Thrash. Not going to be finding anything, and at least it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Mimi gets shut down, but that's 1 rifle that they can possibly retrieve here. Elysian going to be the one to grab it up. And also a Guardian that will be in the hands of Anita now. Thrash retrieved to boot, so there's 1 more time that you can run that ult through.
Oh man,
Star playing a dangerous game along with Karina. Just a question of timing. Oh my god, Anita.
God!
How did she get through there? What?
Oh, I wish I could have seen it. What a shot. It wasn't a call out for sure. So it has to be really quick shots in succession. KX Soma hasn't moved quite yet from the site. The Thrash will be used finally. Spots one out, and now she's stuck. She has nowhere to go. Waiting for her teammates there. They have no clue where she is. They have the snake bite used as well. Excuse me, the mosh pit. She's stuck. Leany, gonna go for 1 from inside of the smoke, but Thrifty is what Surrenderers does best. What a round, taking the guns away from Focus Sakura and using it against them.
Anita, man, that entire round was like 90% Anita magic. Like, gets that double kill here. It wasn't a collide, it was 2 headshots. Like, the adjustment was perfect. And then
saw that as well on Ascent. It was the same thing with the Guardian.
Yeah, I feel like Anita should just stop buying any other gun except for a Guardian. Like, just buy the Guardian every round, because the way that she's been having that, all 3 maps, she's been having such huge impact with it. Even on Abyss, there were like a couple of rounds where she just popped off in these eco situations. So, beautiful round there from Anita. 7th round on the board for Surrenderers. I mean, Leany is able to get her showstopper online, but look at this. Even though the Sky Flash catches out Bobby, they haven't committed anywhere seriously, and Jade has the operator on the collab. That is just so unlucky for Focus, but Surrenderers are going to be being so happy about that one.
Yeah, they've been getting these call-out shots as well. Previous map as well on the last round. Now, KXOMA here, does she know there's two peeking her? Ori catches her quickly as they run straight into the other side there. Mimi just no clue what to do here. One by one, her teammates are falling. The util buy some time. I think they're just gonna go for a save, yeah.
They have
What can you do? You can't do anything.
Yeah, like
No,
No
they
pushing
don't
either,
have
like-
money. Yeah, they don't have money. They're pushed out. They're smoked out. And with 5 members to worry about,
yeah, no, you ain't retaking this, and especially like you said, the money situation not the greatest. You're gonna have to go back and save these rifles for that hero buy. 3 to 8 is what we're looking at right now, and surrenders just. Well, I'm bad at math. 3-8, so that's like 5 rounds is what stands between them and a second grand final. That would be so insane with their rematch against Just Some Chill Girls, and they really, really want it because they have just 0 chili themselves at this point.
Last round before the switch.
oh man, I honestly, I think the takeaway from all of this, I hate because I sound like a broken record every time I say this. But it's just like, okay, great. They have the teamwork. They have these set plays. Huge, massive. You know, it looked like that, especially on Ascent, especially with their comp. But now, for Surrenderers, I'm looking at individual brilliance. Are you really expecting a Sky to carry an op? Obviously not. I don't think they were expecting that so early. Now, for Jade, here comes the Seekers. The pit has been used. And if the Seekers can find one, it's going to be massive. Ori with the Showstopper already just making a beeline to the site. But the same could be said with Leany. Leany has been huge this round. She's been getting kills upon kills with the Showstopper. But did they know Leany is close? Let her rip, finds nothing. Smoked off, cannot get onto the site. But Ori, she wants more. Orbital Strike used. This is chaos. A symphony even. Ori with the peek one more time to see if anyone breaches smoke. Finds nothing. They know the brimstone is close. That volley just telltales everything. But immediately they TP all the way to the other side. They have the spike. And they have done their job. They've gotten the rotation. They get 1-for-1 here. Elysian for 2. They were not expecting this one player, Elysian, to be lurking this late onto the site. And Anita watches their flank to perfection, 2 to her name. And Star, what are you going to do here? How are you going to go? You're crunched from 2 different angles. And Elysian is just perfect this map, winning most her aim duels with multi-frags to her name.
Yeah, I mean, we also had Prediction mentioning this in our ear again. This is also, in a low-key way, kind of like a grudge match for Elysian herself, because she used to be on this Focus squad, and now, with the new team looking to remake her name, must be like extra personal, I would say, performing at that highest level. Anita, of course, as well. Again, I mean, okay, maybe she doesn't need a Guardian. She just needs like a one-tap head kind of weapon, whatever it is, because those were also some clean shots. She got lack of trades from this Focus side has been really, really biting them in the back, and I mean, 4 rounds touch. 4 rounds is all that stands between Surrenderers and that grand final tomorrow. 3-0, such a big danger of it. Let's hope that this 9-3 curse is real for Focus, because if anyone needs some curse luck, it's gotta be them right now.
Quick TP close by here. Star? I'm gonna check for Ari here. She does. Quick headshot to the head. She falls. Bobby trades and Anita as well. They cannot do anything. Look at that util usage. Sets them up for success. KXOMA, where is your crosshair gonna go when you have to also dodge that dizzy?
It's gonna go into the grave, because I mean, you got 4 people there. What do you do at that point? There's just nothing that you can do. And I mean, of course, just Bobby and Elysian towards the showers area. The fact that they were able to get 3 kills fighting Anita, just that double kill, just so crucial along with Bobby. The damage being done. The molly as well from Elysian for that additional vulnerability. I mean, you don't even get the spike plant, so you can't force into this bit of a broke situation for the side of Focus Sakura. You got a Shorty in Leany's hand. You're really hoping they can find that entry kill, but I mean, you got Ori with the Guardian this time around. Still short is that angle of approach. You've got that wall to scale up with. No one's head position being given away here. You might be able to actually walk into U-Haul and take that space.
Launching smoke.
Immediate smokes, immediate molly as well. Anita gonna immediately pop off Mimi's head here.
Oh my god.
Wall bangs onto KXOMA. That's just unlucky. Caught her right at the wrong time. And unfortunately for her, Anita walks up straight into Lini, pops her head. Karina's timing could be huge here. Spots out Bobby, but does she know there's Anita close? She saw her, huge one to the head, but the same could be said for herself as Bobby just annihilates her. 11 points already. Surrender is just tasting the end points right now.
I feel like surrenderers should. There's like the secret meaning of their name. It's not that they're the ones surrendering. They like to make other people surrender because that's the way this whole match's vibe has been feeling so far. It's been so oppressive. If you are on the focus side, like what can you do? You try to go aggressive, you get bullied. You try to play defensive, utility spam takes you down. And Illusion has been such a pain in their side, you know, with the lurks, with just these snake bites that have been so perfect in catching people off guard. In terms of being able to find her teammates' trades, really just stepping up huge for the team. And at this point, Surrenderers, 2 rounds, Tash. 2 rounds is all that they need to make it to that grand final. They are like so close to finding this dominant victory. Map by map, the margin has been coming down, you know, on Ascent. It was 8-13 on Abyss. I think it was 7-13 or 9-13. But now this map around, it's going to have to be yet another attempt at a comeback for Focus. And I mean, maybe they'll be lucky the 3rd time around with the 9-3 curse, but this round, if they have to win it. There's no ifs or buts about it.
And you really need to. Anita quickly gonna get that orb, and it puts her only 1 off that Thrash.
Going for the second
Anita's-
too.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, she gets it.
I love that.
Focus Sakura can't do anything. Now here's Star, a quick flash, finds no one, counter flash in fact. Now Jade, the Trailblazer, does find one. Is that an Ares in her hand? I believe it was. Now comes the wait. Immediately gonna walk in here will be that clone. A fake TP as well used. But you gotta give it to Surrenderers. They are not easily swayed. Now, Kexoma, they're thinking about setting this up. They can just try and see if they can find anyone close. Actually, it's not. And with an Ares in hand, it's gonna be harder. Legion, the flash does not pop to her head. Good to spray for
no,
one.
not the
Star
team
reacts.
flash.
Here comes Jade. And this is dangerous. It's not looking good. They do still have the Thrash to play with if they want to. They get a top up as well from that sky. They get the plants. Now, 2 going toward halls. Make it 3. Jade forced back here. She can spray. Quickly gonna go for the flash. A little bit too far back. Misses KXOMA here. The Thrash does find Star, but not the rest. And now Star cannot do anything. Ori and Anita are just wreaking havoc. Lini spots 1 head. Does she go for more? No, she can't, as Ori ends the round with a massive 4K, which gives them the match point.
Match point, series point, 12-3. 1 round is all that Surrenderers need. And Focus, what do they have left in the tank? Call your timeouts, do your best. Let's see what you can pull through here. You're gonna need 9 rounds in a row to bring this to overtime, and then 2 rounds after that. Yeah, final lifeline. I mean, I don't even know if it's enough. You're still gonna have a buy, but look at this. No ultimates available. On the opposite side, Thrash was used, but you still got Ori's Showstopper available with like 1 orb. And I think the amount of control that Surrenderers have been showing on this defensive side is just impossible for them to break through. And I think Focus, they just need to somehow find a miracle at this point.
Honestly, just now when we looked at Anita get that orb, TP, and get the other, I am quite surprised at how she was able to get away with that. With how they've been playing like Focus Sakura, right? They've been having that, that hold, that 4-1, that 3-2. I was expecting at least 1 person to be there. And that was an insanely crazy risk they took, and it paid off.
That was just absolutely crazy. I mean, also, I don't know. I feel like at this point for Surrenderers, they are just definitely feeling themselves. Also, I mean, to be fair, Jade also does have the mom buff. So shout out to Jade's mom. I see her in chat all the time cheering for Jade there. Yeah,
mom buff is real!
Mom buff is real today. That's what we gotta say for Surrenderers if they come out on top. And I mean, Jade herself, this map might be a little bit quiet from her, but she's just in the break after the last 2 maps. She's been the MVP for both of them, so bit more of a...
She's like, Legion, you carry next.
Yeah, it's your turn. I'm gonna take a break for this one. Have a nice day.
Yeah. They put a bit of pressure there onto B-Long. With no reaction forward, they're like, okay, maybe it's Hookah. Using this Trailblazer a little bit early, it's broken, so it does give a little bit of a semblance of an idea here, and Jade positions themselves in a more, I would say, a more close angle. Quick flash. Elysian. She dares pop her head out. And that was an insanely risky jump peek there, but surprisingly, no one caught despite those early aggressions. Now they walk up here onto B long. Quick flash there.
I love this gun from Elysian, just the outlet, knowing that Focus is too broke to buy full armor. You know, you get that outlet, it's like you're farming at that point, and it's just such a nice adjustment.
Here comes the flash. They have information there. Elysian. Oh, she's playing dangerously, and here comes the firepower. Jade and Anita, the power of one. Karina here. She's placed herself so far back. Good to find Ori. Snake bite to buy some time, and her teammates quickly TP. They're gonna get that plant here. 30 seconds to go. But it's still 3-on-3. A Bobby coming in from heaven. Spots one on long, a short, excuse me, but doesn't say anything. So Bobby does her due diligence, just dropping that smoke to give a little bit more space for her teammates there. I'm not sure if they know that KX Soma is inside of showers. They have the poison orb inside of U-Haul as well. KX Soma looking for the right timing here. They go for a tap, they go for a defuse there. Here comes the Trailblazer broken. Karina peeks out, good for one. Elysian answers back, but Karina and KX Soma, they're looking good. Working in tandem, they get another round.
Keep themselves alive. Timeout, I mean, works out a little bit in the fact that they are able to decide when they want to rotate and how they want to play this. Now those surrenders, they're going to be having that operator on board. Ori actually going to be investing in it. So one more thing to worry about. Beautiful round as well, though, by Karina. The fact that she was able to catch off that rotation so early on and deny that wingman from really finding value. Yeah, they keep themselves alive. 8 more in a row that's needed for Focus. And, I mean, sorry to make the bad pen, but they're really going to have to focus for it.
You have the showstopper in hand. Ori, she's looking confident. She's playing a little bit more aggressive here inside of showers because that's been the point of contention just now. Having Karina just kind of come through, walk all the way onto the site. Karina has been massive that last round just now. Her timing to get that space has been huge. I don't think they want to try and... I don't think they want to just openly peek this. I think they have an idea that Ori might be holding there.
I think Showers control has been held very aggressively a lot of these rounds by both of these teams. So yeah, a lot of caution being displayed in how they want to approach. Once again, though, B side, they are making a lot of noise early on, looking to really go do the damage. I think Karina's also hoping somebody might come around for the ultor, but here come the Seekers. Such a huge ultimate to pop here. Gonna give away the position of the operator. And I don't know if they still want to push it. And look at Star.
Oh no. They're over-rotating already. A flash forward. Oh, and Mrs. Star, she doesn't know that she's there. A jump peek. Oh, Jade, she's still suspicious. And Elysian, they were not expecting her to play this corner. Jade just peek out. There's still one more in back of sight. Oh no, I don't think she knows. Here's Star. They cross her. They pass her. Timing could be huge here. They pass each other side by side, but they know that Jade is close. Oh no. Focus Sakura, one by one. They're tumbling. They're falling. No control the spike. A 4-person retake to worry about. And the headshot from Anita denies the showstopper. Explosive ending. And we are going to be seeing a 3-0 and a demolish of a win here by Surrenderers against Focus Sakura.
What a win it was as well. 13-4. Just domination on this particular map. And I mean, you know, Anita 4-0 for 4 first splits on that Gecko. Just beautifully played by the whole team. And that's going to put them in that grand final rematch tomorrow. We do have some surprises coming up for you, including an interview with the winners. But before that, we're going to be taking a short break to set everything up. So we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Wingwoman series, where we have our next grand finalings. Give it up for Jade. Jade, we were just talking
Thank you,
just now.
thank you.
I was just talking just now in the pre-show. Well, how awesome your room is. I'm a big fan. But now let's talk a little bit about that game just now. Jade, first two maps, Zach was mentioning to me that, oh my God, Jade was like, the big carries of the first two map. Map 3, a little bit more quiet. Was that intentional?
No, I mean, it's just sometimes how it goes on Sky, Like what I'm doing on Sky is I'm just looking for infos, right? Sometimes I find people there, I find my fight. Sometimes I don't, and I had the collateral with the operator one round. Apart
That was
from that,
insane.
I mean, I don't know. I was just chilling, My team's got me. Like I don't need to do
Just
anything.
chilling.
Yeah.
Speaking of just chilling, right? You're facing up against the grand finalists tomorrow. Some girls chilling. So, do you think? Some chill girls, some chill girls. Who do you think's more chill, your team or their team?
Honestly, I mean, they might be chill, but you need to focus when you play, So.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
But I mean, last time we lost, okay, it was after we had, big match against Heroic, okay, we spent a lot of energy. By that map 3, yeah, we were asleep, okay? It's not about like that troll comp on Split or something. 3 centis is the new meta, watch it.
I love it.
But no, I think we have very, very good chances in the grand final. I'm really excited to get a rematch where we're actually going to be all energized and ready to show them who's boss, okay? Best free agent team. All the orgs are already gone, all those, like whatever. Best free agent team gonna win now.
Okay, I think it's a call here. Please sign surrenderers. But anyways, coming into today, I think what's really great is now I think the point of talk just now me and Zach had was mostly because, for you guys, not only are you guys a free agent team, you guys have a lot less games, recorded compared to, say, Focus Sakura. So how did you guys prepare for today's match, and how did you guys manage to counter their style of play on Abyss?
Oh, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say it was easy. Okay, take that as indication. But basically, what I've been doing for the last 2 days now is there's enough VODs out, right? Enough people have to stream games. It's simple as I watched 1 or 2 VODs from all of their games. I have my notepad, my team knows this, and before every game starts, I'm like, okay, guys, we do this, we do that. This is how they play. This is their comp. All of this, and we don't have much of a game plan because as well, we're playing with Anita, the sub, right? So we're kind of more just like playing a default-ish game and then tailor specific details towards like how to counter the enemies. And I'm going to be honest, it's been pretty good. I mean, it's a lot of work for me, right? We know we don't have the coach as well.
Yeah.
So, sign surrenders, guys, please. I need the money.
Oh man,
really,
yes, please sign surrenderers. Okay, now speaking of,
a lot of
I think
work.
you mentioned just now that you were also, doing the VODs, watching the games, preparing the counterplay, and I think it's huge that you get. Are you doing that all on your own?
Yep.
Oh
All
my
me
gosh!
on this table.
Big salute. Big salute. You deserve that nice room. That's made for you to prepare. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about your ascent. I loved your ascent, by the way. You guys had some insane set plays. Your timing was huge. You had a flash coming in from B main, and then you had your duelists just walk up and just get pickoffs there. How was the mindset on how to get the timing and the calming right there?
Well, actually, this is Ascent's the one map where we're actually super comfortable because Suspect, obviously she's not been able to play due to illness, but Suspect is the one when she was playing on Neon Blade, they really created and drilled this Ascent with a lot of odds. And honestly, I just call what she would have called on Neon Blade. Honestly, I don't do something special. The team has learned it throughout our practice in the last few weeks, and they're just simply calling. I'm just simply calling like set rounds and stuff like this, and it's it goes with the flow, right? But the work was done. I might be doing some work, okay, but this work was taken for me from Suspect. That was like really great from her.
Yeah. Please send love to her. Production just said that. I love that. And now let's talk a bit about tomorrow here. It's going to be a rematch. I think obviously you guys clearly want this. So how's the preparation going, and how confident are you going into tomorrow?
I mean, nothing but confidence, honestly. That's all you can do. We need to go and we need to play and just have fun with it, right? Like, I think all these tournaments is just like managing the pressure, right? So coming with the least expectations is fine, We already dropped to lower bracket. We had a big run ahead of us. We had a problem with the roster, and we've overcome everything. There's nothing more to do except overcoming one more final obstacle, right? And get that number 1.
Oh my god, I love that! Oh my gosh, this is one of my most favorite interviews of all time. Thank you, Jade, for for doing this. Oh, before you go, your mom has been watching your games. a lot. And I could tell she's your #1 supporter. Do you have anything you want to say to her right now?
Hi, what's up? Hey, we're gonna watch Better Call Saul later, so you know.
Oh!
I'll see her then.
I love
Mwah.
that. Thank you so much, Jade. Good luck to you tomorrow. I wish the best for you and your team. Sign surrenders.
Yep. Let's go.
What do you think, Zach? I saw you laughing a lot. There's a little sound in my ear saying that the stream can't hear Zach. Anyways, I will take over for now. Oh, hey, she's back. All right, Zach. All right, coming back to you. Oh no. Okay, but anyways, I'll take it back from here. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today. Best of 5, but we saw a 3-0. You know, I think it really blows my mind, especially seeing teams that are unsigned just go above and beyond. We saw it happen from Odd One Out earlier this year, and now we're seeing it for Surrenders. I think EMEA has some truly talented players. I am so excited to see more. And you know, coming from APAC, we don't really have a lot of GC tournaments. I would love to see more of that. So keep it up. EMEA is the best. Thank you so much for having me, Cass, today. It's my only day, but it's exciting. Grand Finals is tomorrow. I hope you guys tune in, show love, show support, and show support for the GC scene. But let's look at the brackets first before we go for the Grand Finals. And for now, here we go. We're looking at some chill girls going up against FF tomorrow. And I think in a lot of situations, at least in the off season, we've seen situations where, okay, this team loses in the early stages, but the rematch happens and they come back swinging. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I definitely think it could be the case. Yeah, we're so back. This mic issue has been fixed, thank heck. But yes, I think that could be the case. Like Jade said, there's a lot more VOD research out there. And Jade has clearly been putting in their work. So I think if it's kind of funny if you notice that whenever a team does lose in the upper bracket and they come back in the grand final, statistically they are able to do much better, if not outright win it.
It's
like we've
proven
seen it
in VCT.
so many VCT, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Jade at her word, and when she says that she's got a couple of plans, she's got something cooking, I'm very excited to see it. Like, I mean, I've been lucky to get my other cost was a game with just some chill girls, and they were like kind of scary at that point. So I am very, very excited for this grand final because you got the upper bracket queens, you've got like these players who have made it, and honestly, man, like you said, like Jade mentioned, shout out to all the free agent teams. Please sign just some chill girls. Please sign surrenders at this point because they have demonstrated that they are some of the best that EMEA has. And tomorrow's grand final, I am so excited for what is in store. It's going to be another best of 5. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
It's going to blow your minds. And for now, I'm Tash and Zach. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. And we'll see you in the grand finals. See you later.
Bye. Have a nice night.
One enemy remains. Spike down mid. One enemy remains.
Variable removed. Finished.
One enemy remains. One enemy remains. One enemy remains. One enemy.
Neutralized. A fine death.
One enemy remains.
Terminate.
Sleep.
One enemy.
One down. Yikes.
One enemy remains. 30 seconds left. Hey.
Dusted. Die.
One enemy remaining.
Silence.
Night night. Ground. Head.
Spike. One enemy remaining.
Stayed it.
Spike down. One enemy remaining. One enemy. One enemy remaining. Player standing.
The ultimate.
We defend it.
Spike planted.
Down.
One enemy remaining.
See ya. Get out.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Last play. No more. One enemy.
Over here.
Sit down. Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Down B. Knocked him. One enemy remaining.